Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? Can you hear my voice? I am calling for everyone in the chat box to like it up. We got 24 likes. We're just one like away from starting it up. 59 people to kick off the stream. Welcome to the show. Today we have a packed gameplay report to get into, and we just crossed 25 likes. Thank you so much. Welcome back to No Holds Lexx. You know that we have tons of videos on the way, but we also have some live streams like this one where we dissect everything they deliver, and we also do watch parties. We're going to be doing, Elimination Chamber later in February. We're going to be playing retro classics throughout the year eventually. But today the focal point is something that I am very excited to get into. We're going to be talking about the Ringside report that was delivered by WWE Games on YouTube. It was a video, and it was a crucial one because I think they are going to be cooking up some real goodies for us to enjoy in this year's game, despite all the feedback that we've seen from everyone and the Ringside Pass. Last night, we went to town on that Ringside report, where we pretty much covered everything they gave us in reference to the pass itself. So, what can we expect from the gameplay? We'll find out soon enough. But I just wanted to welcome you guys back. Welcome you guys on this awesome, what is it? What day is it today? Thursday, February 5th. We have already heard what the Ringside Pass is going to look like. We've already seen more details about the gameplay. We have the covers, we have the pre-order bonuses, we have the price points. We have talked about so much and still have much more to learn about this game, which is crazy to think. Shout out to Just Brian. If you guys haven't seen his channel lately, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, just in case, check out his channel because he did an awesome interview today with Cornell, who works on the gameplay, who works within WWE 2k26 in general, and he gave him some good information, guys. I took some notes while listening to the interview based on his feedback. So we got a lot to cover here. This is everything that I wrote down from the Brian interview. I have it on my phone. These are basically talking points that I'm going to refer to, so we can cover that after we take a closer look at that gameplay video. In case you guys didn't watch my video earlier today, it is up on the channel. I highly recommend it because it was a lot of fun to see what they gave us. Alright, so let me see over here. Let's lock in to the Naomi entrance. We got the Naomi entrance today. And oh my goodness, is it a worthy update for Naomi? Where is it? Oh, here it is. I had it here all along. So they gave us Naomi, and that's what we're going to start off. Yes, we're going to proceed with caution. Exactly. What up, Wesley? It made you a little more hopeful. Wow, just a little? All right, let's open this up, though. Let's kick things off right. Naomi is here. So we see the Tron, the lights turn off. You can see the Naomi yellow background. I really like that. She comes out feeling the glow once again. Now this is kind of how it is in real life. I don't remember her having this glowing caution tape all that much, but I think it is a cool feature nonetheless. And I know they added that because when she was doing the Feel the Glow gimmick, it was something that they represented in the game as well. So I like that it's back. I have no issues with that at all. I like that she has her latest attire. And one of the biggest things that I like about this, man, is look at the hair. The hair looks so damn beautiful. Naomi has her modern hair and that style with the attire combination. Her visual expression and determination is on point. They nailed this character model from start to finish in terms of animation, in terms of like just pure detail on the character itself. And I love the fact that we got to see her entrance in real time, because as you see, they really got it right with her. And this is what I was talking about in yesterday's stream and throughout some of the videos that I've been uploading. Some characters look as good as Naomi, right? 10 out of 10. Great work. You could tell the attention to detail and the love and passion is like, it's visible. It's clearly visible. But then there's some other character models that you're like, they need some work. They need to do something. And look at this pause right here. Look at this frame. Just the different layers of hair, how you can distinguish each one at the top. Like, that is crazy detail. The fishnet down here, the sleeves, and the caution tape. I mean, what more can you ask for? If you're a fan of Naomi, you have to be excited about that reveal. In my opinion, they just got it perfect. She had the glow between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania last year when she started the gimmick. Gotcha. Okay, so I just didn't remember when exactly they did it, but especially me. The hair looks fire, but the hair physics are so outdated. I wouldn't say they're so outdated because they do move. You do see a certain flow, but yeah, it doesn't go the opposite way. It doesn't really behave how you would hope it would. But I think that I don't really have a problem with the way it's going because it stays in a form where it keeps the character looking right. If they have it going all crazy, I think it would look a little wacky at times. They still got to figure it out, though. They got to add more physics to the hairstyles. What up, Jay? How's it going, man? What up, Angry? I see you, Timothy, Wesley, Byron, Leader, Arius, YT, Kimberly's back, Double A, Phenomenal Ace. Who else is in here? Who else is in here? Expect, LA Knight, Lawrence, Devin, Jay, or J. It's J. Hey, fan. Just had to check in. I see you, man. I see you. You want to see Jacob Fat too? Hell yeah. My apologies. She had glowing caution tape after WrestleMania for a few appearances. Okay. No problem. No problem. Yeah, man. They gave us a lot today. What? The wickedness? What up, my boy? What's the wickedness? I know I have you as a moderator, but what's your actual YouTube name? Your @ handle? I don't remember this name. What up, Chase? What up, Landon? I had a lot of bad teeth. I had about 30 teeth pulled yesterday. Oh, man. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. What up, Mark? Tribal One? What up, Leonardo? Weapon physics and ragdoll physics. All right, it seems like you guys are ready to get right to it, right? You guys don't even want to chit-chat. You don't want to small talk. You don't want to build up. You just want to get right to it. It's Brian. I don't know why that came out. Something old? What? That's weird. I couldn't even tell because of your profile picture. I'm like, what the hell is that? What up, Lonnie? What's up, Jet Li? Your thoughts on the Ringside Pass? Man, I did a whole video and a whole stream yesterday about that, so I'm not gonna like go into full-blown detail, but just to give you my quick thoughts, which will probably piss you off. So I highly recommend you watch yesterday's stream because within the first like hour and a half, I went straight to the point. But Little Navy Helicopter, oh, okay. So the Ringside Pass, I think that we all jumped the gun, including myself. I jumped the gun early with concerns, with me being worried, being afraid of it being mishandled, and I still have my concerns about it being mishandled because it's really depending on who you ask and what you want as a player. As a gamer, you want to log in and be rewarded, but what those rewards look like, it's totally up to them, and they're not going to reveal that till the season comes. That's the fun about all of this. What up, Mohammed? Big fan. Thank you for tuning in. Hayden, I see you. What up, Montaigne? So the thing is that the Ringside Pass, people are calculating the tier skips. I know that on NBA you could pay like $70, $80 to skip the whole season and get everything unlocked, but I feel like it defeats the purpose of what the game is all about. I understand if you want the content day one because you want to make videos, you want to get clicks, and you don't have time, and you have the money and you want to give them the money, and that's your route. Bro, if that's your only way forward with the game, by all means, go for it, spend it. But even if I had $1 million in my bank account right now, I wouldn't spend that money. I think that this game having that Ringside Pass, that reward system, if you will, I think that it gives you motive. It shows you progress. I've always liked unlocking achievements. I know this is stupid because the 360 created that, and then PlayStation added the trophies, and then Steam and all these other companies and software brands have added the achievements, but this is about to get good. About to make a matcha and lock in. You already know it's gonna get good, man. They're teasing me. They're poking the bear already. But, you know, when you're looking at from that standpoint that you're unlocking, I think Cornell said, well, I was saving that for later in the stream, but just in case you weren't gonna be here, I guess I'll answer your question. You're going to be able to unlock over 120 rewards each season, and there's going to be new fresh items that are strictly for this pass that has nothing to do with my faction or the island. And there's also going to be things that's tailored for my faction and the island, but it's going to be specifics to the Ringside Pass, meaning you're not going to earn it in any other game mode. And there's so much freedom with the way that you earn these rewards that I almost feel brainwashed in a way, because I like it. It sounds good. It sounds fun. And I'm excited for it. I am more excited for it than I was when I first heard about it, because I wanted a battle pass system. Not necessarily Fortnite, Call of Duty, or any of those games that everyone keeps talking about because they're the most popular examples of what a battle pass looks like. But I wanted a reward system that connected all the game modes. I wanted a reward system that got you to feel like you were not just earning certain items, but you... I got cooked real bad in your Discord. What happened, James? How did you get cooked? I just wanted to feel like the game had a reasoning behind these things. I didn't want to just... Exactly, it's way better than a VC shop. It's way better than live events with requirements. It's way better than the island only having those storylines to get VC. Like, you're gonna legit have an avenue where you're gonna be able to utilize, you know, whatever game mode you want to progress through the game. And it really comes down to what they lock, what they give you in that system to unlock. Cornell said, we're gonna get new personas in there. We're gonna get persona cards that you're gonna unlock only in there. Like, to me, that is cool. And then the DLC, guys, listen. The level of exaggeration is understandable. I know that not everything is negative or comes from a bad place even. The level of concern and the voices are being heard. That is amazing that Cornell can say with a straight face that they're paying attention to what the community says and they're not taking it to heart in a negative way. They're actually taking it with stride and using it as a positive impact to make the game better going forward. So when you hear not just the passion, but the way, you know, these developers react and how they handle these questions and these situations, it goes to show what's happening behind the scenes as a unit, as a team, because they are pretty much facing the backlash head on. Even if you think they don't care, of course they do. And I've told you this so many times on stream and in video. Guys, of course they care. They have fans of the game working on the game. They have wrestling fans of the product working on the game. Like, not every single person is evil, chasing money, chasing to swindle you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the suits and ties tells them, hey, we need to make this amount of money. We need to do this. We need to do that. And they find ways to navigate those waters however they may look. You think that everyone that develops these games, you know, Fortnite is a free to play game, but just think about the worst game that you could possibly imagine with toxic rewards and toxic battle passes, and like Star Wars Battlefront 2 when that came out. I didn't like that looter crate, spend money to gain shit system that they were putting in. That was just garbage. People voiced their opinion and they scrapped it all together. So that was the perfect example of the community coming together to get something done right. And I think that when you voice your opinion the right way, things get done behind the scenes, and they do it quick because they want to please us. They want you to buy the game. They want more people to buy the game. So I can't just blame one person or just 2K the umbrella. It's more of just the nature of the business, which is in a bad place when it comes to, financing. Need that Monday Night War edition just for the for those guys. Not everybody though. From what I can tell, Brian interviews, you can tell Cornell is passionate about the game, but that he's just one on the spoke wheel. There's many more. I've told you guys this so many times, but I'm glad that you're hearing it from the horse's mouth, because you're not going to believe some random person coming on YouTube saying this. You'd rather hear from the person working on it because it means more, right? And I'm just glad that he said that, so people could start to understand that they are trying to figure this out, man. They're trying to listen and they're trying to put this all in there. It's just not happening as quickly as we want it to happen because, let's face it, these are years and years of waiting for certain things that have either taken too long, or they haven't been able to prioritize, or they get shut down, or logistics behind the scenes that we don't know about. It is what it is. I don't care about that. For me, it's one thing and one thing only that I'm always focusing on, guys. I'm not focusing on defending them. I'm not focusing on the community clapback. I'm focusing on, if I'm loading into the game, I need to have some fun with it, bro. I've played too many games. I've played too many wrestling games, WWE games specifically, to load on here and want to do some lame ass video and lie and say all this crap. That does nothing for me, bro. It does nothing for my soul. It does nothing for my hobby. It does nothing for my channel. Well, I guess for my channel it does do good, because negative crap online always does good. Like, if you start saying a bunch of negative shit about anything, a movie, a song, a celebrity, in this case WWE 2K, you're gonna get more views than coming out here and being, hey guys, this is the best game ever, go buy it. So you just need to stay true to what's happening and call them out for doing certain things wrong, and celebrate them for doing certain things right. I'm fine being right in the middle, neutral as neutral can be, and just enjoy whatever I like to enjoy, which is what they've been giving us each year in terms of the game evolving and turning into something that we can all look forward to, everyone as a community. Because just because I don't care about certain things in Creation Suite doesn't mean that you don't, and the next guy, so on and so forth. There's people that care about things that mean a lot to them, and everyone enjoys the game different. So I hope that answered your question. And another thing that I wanted to touch base on, which I find very important too, is that I don't want you guys to ever take my words out of context. Just because I say that I don't care about one thing or another, or I don't have the same issues, or you guys are crying, or you guys are whining or complaining, whatever you hear me say now, later, or in the past, I'm talking about people that are barking up my tree. Like, you guys just don't understand. Every single day I get comments, different videos, different places, across social media, Twitter, Discord, YouTube mainly because it's where I upload. But I get comments, and I get the allegations that I'm paid off, or that I'm a shill, or that I like garbage, or that I'm just saying this because I want the game for free, or like people for whatever reason don't believe my authenticity, and they question my motives without even knowing me for more than a minute, watching me or listening to me for a portion of a stream or whatever gets clipped. That's out of my control. If you don't watch all my videos and you don't watch all my streams, or even come on here and ask me, which I'd rather you do, you're gonna form this opinion in such a small amount of substance that it's just unfair to me and it's unfair to everyone at the end of the day. So when I'm talking about the people crying, I want you guys to, share your opinion and your concerns, but share it to the right channels, share it to the right people, share it to 2K support, share it to them on Twitter, in their comments, on Instagram, on YouTube, on their channel, on their respective avenues. Because when you come to my channel, Just Brian's, Kenny Bombs, Assembles, and you're bashing us for enjoying certain things and disliking other things, it becomes a mixed bag and just a toxic, circle, because you're just going in that rotation and not accomplishing anything. I'm sounding a little bit bitter. How am I sounding bitter? Great comment. How am I sounding bitter? I can't wait. Let me put my camera full screen. How am I sounding bitter? How could I go off and say all that I just said about people getting upset with me for liking things, and out of everything, better. All right, I thought you said bitter. I'm like, hold on, I read that so wrong. I'm like, I was ready to roll up my sleeve and get my hands dirty. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? I'm sounding like Undertaker? Nah, man, that's because you don't tune in enough, man. I'm not gonna take. I'm sorry, Brian, but anything you say, you didn't even play 25 and you barely touched it. I don't acknowledge your point of view, because out of all the people that I would hope would watch my content, my one true friend doesn't even tune into my shit, bro. This is crazy. Just so you guys know, the wickedness there in the chat, that's my boy from real life. This guy is completely oblivious to my content, and he is out here saying a bunch of baloney, clueless as always. But real talk, man, I just wanted to say that about the comment section, because I feel like if you're not having fun with the game, if you don't agree with us, if you don't like, certain things, let them know, bro. This is what the internet should be used for properly. Let them know. Letting me know I like your opinion because I asked for it, but barking at me for liking something is what I'm saying is wrong. That's the part that I don't agree with. Yeah. Sure. You're gonna play the better version. Sure. Yeah, he's talking about me being better because thank you for noticing because of my voice. I've been sick for the last week or so, since the weekend. So it's about to be a week coming up. I've been sick. I'm still sick. I still feel like crap. I've had a congestion and sore throat and just everything that you could possibly imagine with the cold and all that in the air. So it's just been annoying to get through, and having to do these videos and been restless, and just everything all together has been a little bit too much, but we've been having fun, and that's what I'm trying to get to. Let's get to the gameplay, which I think is a bunch of fun in terms of reveals. So let's load it up on the screen here. So they start off with Cody Rhodes. They start off with Wade Barrett narrating. And these shots are from cinematics and gameplay features. Okay, so they give us the same little sizzle reel. And right away, you come on here and you can see the different match types that are shown with the same screen and different pictures. So I'm not going to say every single thing that I already said in my video. That's what the video's on the channel for. I want you guys to have a different experience since we're here live. I want feedback from the chat in real time, and I want to communicate with you guys. But I did want to show you the menus here. You could see the new matches right at the top. Inferno, 3 stages, I Quit, Dumpster. And, moving along, one of the biggest things that I was disappointed with personally was that they gave us the Dumpster match. And the Dumpster match, was revealed within the sizzle reel as well. And it's looking like it's having a lot of the same animations from the casket match. Not even the ambulance match, because the ambulance match is, in terms of boxes, it's different. But it was a little disappointing to see that it's coming back the way it is, in terms of casket and ambulance still being a thing with the same controls, confirmed by Cornell over at Just Brian's channel. He said that they didn't get to the submission system and those controls, but they are, taking it into consideration to figure out what that next step looks like for those gameplay mechanics. Because this year, believe it or not, they did focus a lot on gameplay mechanics. And this is not just a better version of 25, even though you could literally say that about just about any game that you play. God of War Ragnarok is a better version of God of War. Zelda Breath of the Wild is a better version. Like, even games that don't come out yearly, you could literally strip that. Spider-Man 2 is better than Spider-Man 1, just because they changed the story a little bit in terms of gameplay and things that they add. You can always dumb everything in life down. Basketball is literally a laundry basket with a circular ball thrown into, a hoop. To me, I like looking at it from the point of view of 22 was the base, and they've added layers and layers and layers, and each year the game separates itself from the last, and that is what's important to me. If the experience is unique to that particular year, then that, to me, makes it a new game and gives me what I want, which are results of evolution, because there's a lot of games that are stagnant. If you guys want to see what playing the same type of game looks like, go ahead and look at MLB The Show. Look at Madden, maybe not Madden this year, but Madden prior to this year was the same and had a lot of nagging, extensive issues that were there for more than just 5 years within its life cycle, and there's still nagging things within these yearly titles for sure. But the fact that these particular games actually evolve, actually give you things that are directly tied to what people say, is what it's all about. And that's what I'm trying to drive home here in this stream, in my videos, and any other stream that I do. Let them know, mention it, complain, answer with your wallet. Don't buy the $150 edition. Don't say it's the same game every year and then go out and buy the most expensive edition, because you look like a clown and you sound like a bozo. Because what you should do, if you feel like it's the same garbage, is literally wait for a sale, play it when it goes on PS Plus, or just rent it on GameFly. I don't know, just find a way to not spend the full price. That's my recommendation. People ask me, should I pre-order? No, you shouldn't pre-order. I don't even have it pre-ordered right now, and I'm doing videos on it. That's just the reality of it. Why am I gonna lie to you? I'm not gonna spend $150 on this game, because I'm not going to. I'm going to game share with Stunna, which I've mentioned this so many times. Find a friend, a family member to game share, so you're not spending $150. I know I ain't spending $150 on just one copy of the game. If I spend $150, it's because I bought it on every platform and I was able to get them on sale in some way, shape, or form at some point. That's how I approach it. That's my point of view. I'm not telling you to do that, but people ask me, hey Lex, is it worth pre-ordering yet? Bro, we don't have all the details. Today we finally got like a 6-7 minute gameplay breakdown, and then we also got that Just Brian interview. Cornell went around actually answering some questions that were pretty revealing, so gotta let the rollout literally roll out. All right, so let's move forward. Dumpster match, a little disappointing that it's the same controls, but I do like that the dumpster looks dirty, the dumpster looks fulfilled. It looks like we're going to have it backstage and in the parking lot. It's going to be involved in more ways than one. And that is something that I 100% appreciate, because it's a gimmick. It's a match type that's new, and it'll feel fresh for me personally, because I like having, exhibition matches with different extreme rules. And this is just another one that I'll just add to the list of eventually playing it a little bit. I played the casket match this past year a good amount of times, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't really care too much about the casket. I like maybe doing a buried alive. I wish they would have done that. But the casket match, I didn't play it as much as like the ambulance match. I like the ambulance match a little bit more. So I Quit was another one that we all really wanted, and they showed it here. One of the things that I can immediately notice is this new wheel that they created, which is similar to other little game modes and even to the kick out system. But this time you have different spots on the wheel that you're going to have to select in real time to fill up the circle to get out of the I quit situation. The referee's going to hold the mic to your mouth, and if you don't have the circle filled up in a certain amount of time, you're going to end up quitting, you're going to end up losing. And I really like what I see with this match type already. Another thing that I noticed, Tiffany Stratton's new attire, her hair, the stamina bar is cool as hell too. And then the WrestleMania arena for New Orleans, that's kind of crazy because they were supposed to go to New Orleans, then they ended up going to Vegas. So I don't know if this New Orleans arena with the Saints logo is gonna be for like a My Rise or something within, you know, the showcase of a fantasy match. I'm not too sure, but either way, I noticed that immediately, and that I didn't mention in my video. But I did mention this right here. This submission animation for the I quit stipulation, it literally represents the match properly. And I saw also there was a picture surfacing on Twitter that they also do it with the Kendall stick in the face area. So, dude, you can't tell me it's the same game with all these new little animations and then gameplay enhancements and new match types and all these things. I take it very literal, bro. I take it very literal because if that's the case, hold on, I'll save what I was about to say for the end of this video. 3 stages of hell. One thing that Cornell mentioned and they also showcased here in this gameplay video is that 3 stages of hell is gonna give you the option to select your match types before going in, and that's what you see right here. These are the match types that you're gonna be able to select 1, 2, and 3. You can start it off however the hell you want and end it however you want as well, and you're going to see the progress as the match goes on. Cornell said, hey, we didn't want this to feel like 3 different matches. We wanted this to continue and feel like a seamless transition, so you're going to progress through these matches and actually see the destruction carry on in some way, shape, or form. He didn't really go into too much detail about that, but you know, the way it was revealed in this video is that you're going to pretty much be able to select all the cool matches that you want to be able to select for this. And I thought they might hold some matches out of the list, but they were able to put a lot of them in there, or basically all of them, except for like a gauntlet match or something silly like that that doesn't really belong there. But I like that. And if you're able to add like a custom type of match in there too, I think that would be a cool add-on. So that was pretty much it for the 3 stages of hell. Nothing too crazy because it's just 3 of the same matches. Now, look, one thing I did notice is that this Raw arena is the same one from the other games. I wish that they would have given us other ones, but you know, we already found out that we're going to get multiple arenas through the Ringside Pass, which is something that I want, right? And that's why I said that whoever wanted my opinion on the Ringside Pass, to check out the video, check out the stream from yesterday, because I go so deep into that conversation and I give you more rhyme and reason as to why I think it's a good idea for them to give us all these, you know, rewards in this format. Because now we're going to be able to finally get actual arenas updated throughout the year. And it's just unacceptable. We're doing the Attitude Era, you know, not showcase, but marketing. And we have this arena from the early 2000s, which I love this arena. This arena is cool, but I would have wanted the Raw is War here, but they're selling it to you in that Attitude Era pack. All right, so the Inferno match, huge add-on. This is my favorite match that they're adding brand new this year. It hasn't been in the game since I think 2K14 or 15. The fire from different angles looks really good. Like from right here, the fire looks awesome. But as you get closer, this fire starts to look a little weird. It almost looks like a flat, I guess, sheet. You know, like almost like a poster, like a GIF image. And the colors and the animation itself is cool. It's just when you look at the sides, I know it's really bright. I'm sorry for the brightness here, but when you look at the sides here, I don't like that it looks too flat. Like from certain angles, it's okay from the top as you're moving, because that's not going to be the way that you play the match. when you're in this mode overall. But I'm okay with the front and back one looking flat because it works, but the sides, I guess they had to do it like that to save video RAM, since, you know, they just left last gen, which we'll touch that topic. But remember, we have different camera angles in the game now with third person. You could do third person camera angles, and you could do the ramp camera angle. So maybe that's why they did it flat. I don't know why the design is like that, but Cornell did say in that interview that a lot of things are being worked on as we speak and will be updated before the game comes out. I'm glad that Just Brian brought this up, because to me this is unacceptable. It's not that this Kane mask is wrong or that this attire is wrong, because you could see the layers of detail on the attire that I really like how it looks. It's that the person wearing the attire is old Kane. And mind you, this is a DLC version that comes with the paid Attitude Era version of the game. 98 Kane is available in that Attitude Era pack. How the hell did you give us Fat Kane? And no disrespect to Fat Kane, man. I like old Kane, right? He aged gracefully. He was always good in the ring till the end of time. But if you're getting young Kane, you want him to be swelled up, like strong, not with some turkey arms, you know, and a gut. Like, come on, 2K. That was unacceptable. If you're going to showcase the Inferno match, you should have just showed someone else, like Triple H. You could have done Triple H and Undertaker. You showed Triple H everywhere else. Work on the stuff before you show it to the world. But I mean, I guess it's good that they showed it to the world, because imagine if the game would have launched and then we would have seen Kane like that. We would have been pissed. But, you know, this is super cool. The fact that they brought this back, you know, the fire extinguisher is going to put out the fire. That is nice to see. Undertaker with a lot of sweat. He looks like he's, you know, sweating balls in there with the Inferno going off. I like that they showed him doing the old school to show that you can get on the rope. And that pretty much sums up the Inferno match. But this brings us to the ragdoll physics. I saw some people asking, hey, what does this mean exactly? Why are they showing this? Well, what this means exactly is that the way the players land, the way the players fall, they're going to react to their environment. They're going to react to their surroundings. Meaning, there's a freaking steel step in the ring in the way, his leg is going to feel it. His leg is going to, you know, understand that there's something blocking it from going down, and it's not going to go through it. It might clip a little bit. You know, everything in these games clip, but it's going to react. And that to me is a key feature that we really, really needed desperately in the series. Now, before they got to this part, watch the video from today, please. My reaction was priceless. It was in real time because I didn't notice this when I first saw the trailer until I recorded it. Becky Lynch in the scrapyard went ahead and did like some crazy jump, which I know that's going to throw a lot of people off. That's going to throw a lot of people off. That crazy jump right there. Look at her. Boom. But it was smooth. It was smooth. It reminds me of like back in the day when they did the Here Comes the Pain games. You know, the fast-paced action. You're trying to get around town. You're fighting outside in the streets of New York. They obviously didn't give us New York, and they're obviously not doing Here Comes the Pain, but they gave us a scrapyard, and I think this is going to lead to more backstage brawling areas eventually, and that is something that I personally wanted. Not because I like the, you know, that 2K20 DLC that they did with the like outside stuff that they put together with that DLC. That it was crazy. I remember I didn't even play 2K20. I never bought 2K20. I skipped 2K20. I remember my boy Stunna bought it, and I was able to try it out later on, and I was like, oh man, this game just is rough. But we've come a long way. We've come a long way. So they're giving us this scrapyard area. Sorry for the breakdown there. That's just my video player. But you could see when Maxine falls, like you could see her body reacting to the wind a little bit. And then when she bounces off of the floor, I know it's hard. Can I zoom in here? Let me see if I could zoom in. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I could zoom in. Does it let me zoom in? Hold on. Where's it at? Alright, it doesn't let me zoom in. I'm sorry, guys. I can't zoom in here. It's all good. Whatever. But if you look closely at the bottom of your screen, you can see the way that she kind of landed and sits there. She basically looks like she died. Straight up. Let's just call it what it is. She looks like She just got plastered. And if you look at the background, you could see some of the stuff from the island from last year. I really, really can't stress enough how much of a warm welcome this is for me. This is another angle of the backstage area, which is literally an arena. If you look at it from that standpoint, there's a curtain there, there's a ring, different places you could climb up. This supercharged interaction means that you're probably gonna have to work towards it. But what you're about to see is just the best visual candy that they could have shared in this gameplay reveal. Look at this. Oh my God. Booker T being tossed in the shopping cart. Rey Mysterio being tossed into the shopping cart. And the back and forth between father and son, between rivals. I just love this so much, man. It warms my heart. It makes me giddy. It makes me excited. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say that this is the same game. It's just saying that is dumbing it down to the very bare minimum, and they did more than the bare minimum. I've played games where the bare minimum has been done. It's happened in the past. This is just fantastic. We can bash them and trash them for things that are wrong or things that we don't like or things we don't care about. But we can also celebrate the things that are awesome, and this is awesome. So, look at that. Look at that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And then you got the thumbtacks, ladies and gentlemen. The thumbtacks. Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, No Mercy. Love the Trick Williams attire. Love the way these guys are looking. They are representing NXT in such a big way. And the way that Ricky Saints lands, I don't like that there's not like an overwhelming amount of thumbtacks. That's something that I didn't mention in my video, but I don't like that there's not an insane amount of thumbtacks because he landed so crazy from the top rope on that spot. You would think that he'd be plastered all over, especially the way that he reacted, the way Maxine Dupree reacted when she got tossed like a ragdoll. You know, these ragdoll physics really emphasize on these landings, and this is no different. He's reacting to getting pinched, but there's only a few. So 2K, if you're listening or if anyone clips this and shows it to 2K, please add more thumbtacks, or maybe the thumbtacks get crazier as the match goes on. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the thumbtacks just start going all bloody and insane and they didn't want to show it in the trailer. Maybe when you put the blood feature on, because you do have to turn it on in the settings, maybe that's when you start to see it like really get crazy. Like AEW Fight Forever. But John Cena jumping across to Randy Orton, that was insane. And then they follow it up with Rey Fenix, who looks amazing with this double stacked table. And this, like that right there, guys. That drop, you could feel the weight of that drop, man. Like you could literally see the weight of that drop and the way the tables broke. It's just a nice, clean break right there into pieces. I mean, even the bar from the bottom of the table bends in different ways. There's a little clipping, but who the hell cares when you get that beautiful animation? So this, I was cheesing so hard. This is such a simple feature, and I want them to bring the ring, you know, the bell that gets rung before the match and after the match. They need to put the ring bell on the side, because you got the podium now, man. This looks outstanding. Back better than ever. You can get the title now, and you could freaking whip your opponent with the strap. How awesome is that? And shout out to JCSJ for mentioning this, but Hulk Hogan, Cody Rhodes, and you know, just different superstars through time have had those workout straps. I wish they gave us a feature to take that off. JCSJ said it best, man. It would make this game that much better. So you got CM Punk using there the belt, and then Alexa Bliss using the same sword. They did mention that we are going to get some weapons and new animations, hopefully within the pass to unlock. And this was also something that really got me hyped. Going into the crowd, finally having a dynamic area to interact with the crowd. It's another barricade system here, but both wrestlers fighting on it and reacting to each other is really nice to see, especially being aware of their surroundings with the crowd kind of embracing them, fighting right in front of them. I wish the crowd looked a little better, and you know, that's a conversation for another day, but I like what I see with that so far. And then we have surprise attacks, which reminds me, they are going to bring cutscenes, surprise attacks, and more to Exhibition. Thank you, 2K. Thank you so much for finally listening, because I've been talking about that for so many years. So many years. And the last couple of years, I've been very annoyed because I felt like I was running out of gas with Exhibition. I play a lot of Exhibition and not as much Universe mode. And when 22 came out, I played a lot online. The servers were pretty stable. But then when the servers kind of got messed up, 23, 24 or whatever, I started doing a lot more exhibitions like back in the day. And exhibitions were just flat out boring after you did, you know, all the combinations you could run through, because there weren't any real cutscenes or implications post-match or before the match like there once was. Back then, they used to have this universe type of adventure where it was unpredictable. So they're bringing that back in a way where I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. And then you got Miles Bourne coming out of nowhere, another NXT superstar who is represented really well here. I thought it was Randy Orton at first, but you know, Miles Bourne is shown. And then what else we got? We got Jade Cargill with her hairstyle updated. And then Naomi, I talked about her, but look at her in real time in the game. Naomi looks awesome. And then you got the different features to approach the start of the match. I gotta tell you, man, another great addition. Another great addition. So these are the new actions. These are the animations that you're going to see at the start of the match, depending on what you select and the branch that you go down. It's a different path. And depending on what you do is how the superstars will react. And it'll become like a back and forth battle, which I really like. So let's move forward. You know, Sheamus looks good too. Wade Barrett looks good. I mean, these graphics look nice, bro. They look really nice. One thing that I would like to see is entrances at 60 frames per second. I don't think they're doing entrances at 60 frames per second based on the videos they've been putting out. But we got the Crown Jewel Arena here showcased with Penta and Chad Gable. And then authentic AI sequences. This was something that I had to like watch back multiple times to figure it out. But once I finally realized what it is, you're basically setting up for the AI character, depending on the superstar, to react and fight a certain way within these sequences that resembles what they do in real life to make it more authentic. And I can't wait to download some of these movesets for certain superstars, because I know I'll probably try it out just to see how it works, but I'm not going to do every single superstar. Are you kidding me? There's like over 400 superstars, they said, for this year's game. So that's going to be cool to see how, you know, it plays a role into this year's game with the AI. Having that option is just more customization to make this experience, you know, a good loner experience, because it's for the AI. So this is what the spicier rivalries was, not the surprise attacks. The surprise attacks was its own thing. The spicier rivalries, that's the stuff that'll happen in Exhibition, the new animations, and then, you know, obviously Universe is going to be getting the thick of it, right? And I'm not talking about Naomi. Don't look at Naomi's butt, guys. But Naomi is there, looking great again. And then Io Sky, I looked at Io Sky's hair and the new model for Rhea Ripley. They just killed it with some of these characters. I wish Kane would have had that same treatment, you know. I would have been so happy to have seen that with Kane. But I am glad that we got this commentary team. We got Wade Barrett, Michael Cole, and Booker T. And it seems, based on this trailer, which I only realized it after I uploaded it, look at how here you see Wade Barrett, Michael Cole, Corey Graves. And then it'll change to Booker T, Michael Cole, Wade Barrett. And then there's also a four-man shot. You'll see it in the next image where you see Booker T, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Wade Barrett. So like there's like different combinations there. And I think you're also going to be able to see and hear Byron Saxton as well with some of those commentary teams. So I like the fact that we're going to have different variations with the commentators, because not only was it getting stale, we had to literally wait for every DLC drop to get new lines for the characters that were being placed in the game, because they weren't adding as many lines as we would have liked with new commentary with a new commentary announcer. Like we wanted for them to have Booker T for so many years. I did, at least. I love Booker T. And then Wade Barrett came in, and then we got Vic Joseph, who unfortunately didn't make the cut this year, but maybe they could add him next year. Maybe they're working on that. Either way, interactive entrances, man. This is basically straight out of AEW Fight Forever. Being able to react and change and switch up the entrances on a character per character base and mess with the presentation is always a warm welcome for me, because I love making it feel unique. It does get stale and boring if you watch the same entrance all the time. So I like seeing it from different point of views every so often. I go in there and mess around with it. And I like that you're able to do that just to enhance that whole visual candy. Seth Rollins, I do got to mention that I don't like this sweater. I've said it, I've said it every single time I see Seth Rollins. I like, the glasses and the hair and the attire they went with, but I don't care if that's the jacket he wore when he had this attire. I wish they would have picked something else. I don't like that jacket. It reminds me too much of the Messiah one they had in the game previously. We got new referees. A lot more referees got scanned and put into the game. That was huge. It was huge. What else we got? I think we're coming to the end of the trailer here. Another little sizzle reel. They confirmed Abyss is back in the game. But that's pretty much it for this, guys, because, yeah, this is already the Joe Hendry pre-order screen. That's the gameplay ringside report that they gave us, man. Shit, that was a lot. That was a lot to break down. It was almost 6 minutes, but it was a lot of information packed in those 6 minutes that really has me excited. Nah, I know you mentioned Andrade earlier, but it's not that big of a deal to me. I mean, he could still get removed by the time the game comes out. We've seen that, where there's a character that's not there, but you couldn't react in AEW. No, you're right. You couldn't react in AEW. In AEW, they just had the fireworks and all that. What about the website? What do you mean the website? You sent a super chat? Oh, I didn't see the notification. Let me see. I'm so sorry. I was so locked in. Oh, Lieutenant Dan with the 2. Lex, Dom looks good. I pre-ordered the standard edition. Nice, bro. Thank you for the 2, Dan. Thank you for reminding me. And I'm so sorry if you guys feel like I ignored you, but did you not see everything we just went through? So much information. Now I could see what you guys are saying. Oh, the Ringside report. The website, I don't think they've updated the writing. Not yet, at least. I know we got the Ringside pass yesterday. Well, hold on. What am I seeing here? We have 150 people in the chat and 73 likes only? Oh, man. You guys... Oh, man. I thought you guys loved tuning in and hanging out with your boy LexxExpress, man. Oh, man, that makes me sad. If we don't get the likes, if we don't get the love, I'm not asking you to donate or become a member, but liking it up is literally the bread and butter for the channel to get more content, more views, more people to join our community. Let's get it right, guys. Let's get over 100 likes in this stream. We could do it. I believe in you, man. I believe in you. Billy, thank you. Billy says he's been a member for 16 months. What an accomplishment. That is crazy. Billy, I can't even believe that. That is awesome. You're doing an amazing job. Can't wait. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the hype up. What about Booker confirming he has lines for Stephanie, Trick, and Joe Hendry? That's love, man. That's all we want to hear. So they do have a new ringside report. All right, so you guys want me to go check out the details there too, huh? Let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. All right, that didn't sound right. I'm sorry. But let's check it out together. Hold on. Let me pull it up on my end. I only saw the video and I did that breakdown. All right, let me see. I think I found it. They tweeted it out 12 hours ago. You're right. It says, from brand new match types to expanded crowd combat and wild new weapon interactions, 2K26 is leveling up in a big way. Dive into all the details. Read more. That's one of the things that I feel people don't really look at. They don't read all these things. It's a 50-second read, guys. It's a 50-second read. We got 90 likes already? Man, you guys are getting serious. You'll be 33 in March? Nice. Salute, my boy. Lex, you better be careful what you say. I know you're now gonna start clipping stuff you say. Hey, leader, clip everything, man. I love it. I was laughing so hard last night when I saw that clip you did of me with the water. Do we have confirmed physics for ladders? It's for weapons in general, so it's all going to behave accordingly. We have 181 votes. We may not have 100 likes yet. We're at 93 likes, but we have 181 votes. Are you excited for WWE 2k26? 82% said yes, 6% said no, 11% said I don't know yet. Wow, the numbers have changed. The numbers have changed. I've been taking screenshots on our way every single stream to see by the end if it's gonna become more positive or more of a just no in terms of yes or no. But yeah, it made me laugh too. It was hilarious. Yeah, it really was, man. I know I get on here and I cheese so much, bro, but I have so much fun with the exaggeration, man. We're marks. I'm all for it. I'm all like, call me a mark, call me a glazer, call me a hype beast, call me a this, call me a that. Show everyone. Where is it at? Hold on. Let me see if I find it. Marduni. We got my boy Marduni in the cut with the 2. Thank you so much. You know, I remember why I turned off the alert box, bro. I turned off the alert box because that shit scares me. Like when I'm reading stuff and I'm locked in, it scares me. Let me see if I pull it up. Can you call us a 2K shill? So what exactly? The only and just for the record. For the record, we could put this on record. I only clarify and answer and reply head on because I love giving you guys, you know, my most humble, honest take right on the spot. That's why I love doing these live streams. That's why I love doing these videos with my real-time reaction, because I ain't hiding nothing, man. I don't care. All right, so let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me see. I wish I could just download it, like the clip. Let me see if it shows it to me here. Clip. No, wait. Is it here? Discard clip. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're going to figure this out. Maybe an edit video. Hold on. Oh, clips. I think I found it. From the community. Yep, here it is. Created by Chase. That's funny. People actually viewed it. All right, so leader got it. It's 20 seconds long. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't let me download it. They're like, hold on, guys. Leader's instigating. He really wants me to put this clip. All right, let me just get this ready here. I got the ringside report ready. We got 99 likes already. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're about to cross 100. All right. Let me pause the background music. I got to hear this myself. We're going to react to my own clip from yesterday that Leader put together. Let's see. It's a clip from yesterday's stream. They're like, oh my God, we have to unlock characters? What does this mean? Why is everything locked? I have to play the game. I have kids. I have a family. Everybody, what's happening? I can't believe this. I don't want to play the game. What's happening? They're like, oh my God, we have to unlock characters? What does this mean? Why is everything locked? I have to play the game. I have kids. I have a family. Everybody, What's happening? I can't believe this. I don't want to play the game. What's happening? Hold on, give me a second. Let me recoup from that. Oh my goodness. You know what's funny, that I said that my inspiration for that was one of the comments in our live stream, and it was, I'm a ringtone that for my text notifications. Uh, bro, so the inspiration behind that is just that, I mean, it basically speaks for itself, right? The lash out is justified. The ringside pass and the concerns behind them are justified because I have them too, to a certain degree. But what I find immediately, wild is that everyone starts stating their business and almost wanting to like downplay everyone else's excitement or everyone else's like interpretation. So, it started pouring in like, oh, I got bills to pay. I got all these things to do, and I don't want to do this. And again, bro, I would prefer personally that if you are going to share displeasure for that, instead of drowning in all that misery, just say, if it takes long and it's an extensive, boring grind, then it's probably going to be trash and it just won't be something that I look forward to playing. And I guess that's me kind of having the vision of like an approach that's a little less dramatic, because I feel like writing all of that about a video game that you were already playing, already spending time, creating your character for My Rise, possibly Island, or even My Faction stuff, and all these other things. It's like you're almost looking at it from, a linear point of view, which I understand. Your point of view matters to you more than anything else because it's going to be your experience. And I said this yesterday too. Not every person that's creating content is on here willing to spend the extra cash because they just don't agree with these things, and that's how they listen to you. And, I also don't think that everyone on here is going to be grinding it 24/7. I know I'm not. I have only and I say only because I've seen the community. I have 10 to 15 days worth of playing time across multiple platforms on 2K25. But when I go look at the community, everyone on my friends list even have so many more days worth of playing time and hours, because creating moveset, creating characters, setting up your universe, setting up my GM, having online matches, these things take time. I know Showcase alone, if you play the Showcase alone, and I'm not talking about putting it on easy and spamming and trying to cheese ball through it within 2 hours. I'm talking about literally going through the objectives, playing on a regular difficulty, facing the challenges normal, not even on hard difficulty, just normal difficulty. The Showcase is going to take you more than a couple of hours, a handful, maybe 6 hours. I know it took me a bunch of hours. The Island episodes that they put out, despite my character being in the mid-90s, it took me There's 5 episodes. Each episode took me about 6 to 8 hours, give or take. Any chance we get Godfather? I would love to see the Godfather. I mean, this is the Attitude Era, man, that they're showcasing. They got to put him in there. Thank you for the $2. But, you know, what I'm saying is that we were already spending a lot of time in the game because they're creating this new system. You know, not knowing causes for us to all go in a panic, which I know I did. I read that and I immediately like, dude, I'm gonna read you the text that I had with my boy Stunna about the game, because he asked me what I thought about the announcement, and I'm gonna show it. Like, I'm gonna read it right here, right now. Hold on, let me pull it up on mine, and I'm gonna read you literally word for word. I'm not gonna skip it, and I'm not gonna bullshit you guys, because there's no point in lying. And I said this in my video. So if you guys have been watching my streams, you guys know that, you know, it's been a legit sentiment that I've shared. But here it is. Hold on. Where is it at? Hold on. I gotta scroll up because it was the other day when they when was it that they announced the Ring Pass? Let's see. Hold on. Where's it at? All right, this is what my boy Stunna sent me on Friday, 3:30 p.m. These are my replies to him because he asked me for my opinion. He said, "How you feeling about the reveal?" I said, $5 from Eric. Eric, thank you so much. He said, "Just wanted to ask, has body morphing been confirmed 100%? We're going to talk about that here in a second, but yes, body morphing is back. Create a rest. Yes, it is. You're planning a pre-order in 2 weeks' time. We'll have a lot of information by then." So here's what he said. "How are you feeling about the reveal?" My reply: Predator approach, too money hungry. 1 step forward, 2 back. I literally tweeted that out as well. I tweeted that same exact sentiment. I told the same thing to Straight Edge. Straight Edge, you hit me up too. And I told you about people's complaints, and I told you about them having valid concerns. You know, Straight Edge, I'll even say Straight Edge even called me a moron. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, I think everyone should be fine feeling how they want to feel about it, but there's no need to get offended and bothered by it. So then my boy replies, LOL. He literally replies, LOL. Look at that right there. He put LOL. When I saw him write LOL, I'm like, I put definitely has some fun highlights. I'm talking about that sizzle reel. It has some fun highlights. The game itself is well on its way to be a good one, worth playing, but it gets overshadowed by the negative because business as usual with 2K trying to lock shit and charge for things just to make some coin. And I still stand by that. They're doing this because they know some people will be at a point where they're going to want to spend money on the tier skips. In my eyes, right, from my point of view, I don't care how long it takes me to get to level whatever the highest level is. I'm not giving them a dime for those tier skips, bro. I'm sorry. You're not catching me with that. But I know most people that, you know, they'll be like, oh, this is what I play. This is what I like. I don't want to grind. They'll just spend the money. So I also said, if you remove microtransactions and the stupid approach chasing more money, then the game is 100% awesome. But you just can't overlook the fact that the way it's being structured, it's trying to take advantage of wrestling fans. How do you not have crossplay, cross progression, and now what used to be an automatic DLC released unlocked, it has to be grinded for? Those concerns still stick to me. But then they go ahead and release the Ringside report yesterday, and they confirm that we're going to have 1 superstar unlocked immediately when the DLC launches, and you're going to be grinding for 3 additional superstars new to that DLC pass, and it's going to be within the first 20 levels. it's going to be within the first 20. That is, pretty basic. Couple of hours on there, couple of matches, you're good to go. There is no need to spend money on tier skips to get your DLC content. There is no needed, like once you get the Ultimate Edition, why buy anything else? And you want to know how serious I am about those microtransactions? They released Goldberg and Nikki Bella last year. Who in here remembers that in the chat? Do you guys remember Nikki Bella and Goldberg getting released as an extra DLC? John Cena and Brock Lesnar, do you guys remember them being released as an extra DLC? Anyone in the chat remembers when they added those extra DLC characters for like $20, $30, whatever it was that you had to spend at a time to get those bonuses? I'm seriously asking to see if you guys have been keeping track of that. You remember? Well, I said, you know what? I'm not giving them money for that. I'm not going to give them money for that. No. I could grind for Goldberg. I'm already playing the island. I'm going to buy Goldberg eventually. I'll get Goldberg eventually. I got Goldberg eventually without spending a dime. I missed out on Brock Lesnar, but I was fine using Brock Lesnar in my faction because I started doing the live events and I got Brock Lesnar for free. I couldn't play with him outside of my faction, but bro, you snooze, you lose. You don't want to spend the extra money. Don't spend the extra money. That was my reply to them. And it took me some time to do it. I didn't get it done instantly. I didn't. Was I upset? A lot of people were. I was bothered and annoyed, and I did a video on that too. And I've been very vocal about all that. I've been very honest about all that. So I'm not trying to be a company man. I'm not, and I'm never really going to be a company man because I'm going to be a LexxExpress man. I'm going to be a no holds Lex man. This is what I am. I am no holds Lex on YouTube, and I'm here to have a good time, and that's it. And if I'm not having a good time, then guess what? I'll miss out on Goldberg. I'll miss out on Brock Lesnar, and I won't get those cards, and I won't play with them. But not everyone is like that. But again, let them know with your money. Don't buy the $100, $150, $130 edition. And I'm going to keep saying that like a broken record. It may annoy some of you if you watch me long enough. You're going to be like, oh man, here goes Lex again. He's going to go ahead and say the same shit again. He's going to talk about, all this extra crap that we don't need to talk about. But we do need to talk about that. Because I see the toxic behavior, and it's become a toxic relationship that people have with the game, and they don't realize, but they bring that relationship feeling that they have with that experience, and they try to put it onto other people. Oh, you're just a fan of trash. You're just excited for mid content. You know what I do when I see those comments? I literally laugh. I laugh, I reply, I laugh, and I have a good time with it. What up, Jay? If you're not being negative and you're not being disrespectful and you're just having a conversation, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know about your experience, how you feel, telling me that you're not going to buy the game, all those things that we talk about. I take that, I take that serious. That is the fun that I have. Being able to communicate with like-minded fans, or even the ones that don't agree with me, we could disagree, but like-minded wrestling fans. We all like the same thing. We all want the same thing for this, product to be better. You get me? So we're on the same team. Thank you. That comment right there. Ty Dull Wave. Shout out to Ty Dull Wave. Look at what he said, ladies and gentlemen. He said, Lex. He said, what up, Tristan? He said, bro, I was saying the same thing earlier today. People want the game to fail instead of just not buying it. There's a difference. There's a difference between those two. Very crucial difference. You can be constructive. You don't have to be, you don't have to be sugarcoating stuff. You can criticize. But let them know, bro. Let them know. Don't buy that 150. Game share. Hit up a family member. Hit up someone that's a really good friend that you know won't screw you over. And say, hey, let's not buy this game together. Let's buy this game together and let's not spend this $150. If that's the route you want to take, if you don't, well, let them have it even harder. Don't give them any money at all. Don't buy it at all. You could even buy just a standard and split that, 35 a pop. Well, if you want the game to change, you kind of want it to fail. Nah, there's a difference within that, bro. Just putting out that failure vibe and the failure comments of like, no, you need to answer with your wallet, and you need to answer with constructive criticism, because crying to YouTubers and crying on random posts online is just not really going to do anything. And yes, deep down, if you don't buy something, they could fail business-wise or what have you. It'll be a shortcoming of a financial mark that they're trying to hit. But that's not, like, we're just using the general term of wishing them to fail, because I think that's a waste of energy, in my opinion, to be, spewing that out and putting that onto other people. That's what I'm talking about here. Wanting them to fail because you're not buying it, or those around you are not buying it because you guys are standing in solidarity, that's more understandable. But going out of your way of your daily routine and your life, and going online to share that toxic approach onto other gamers is the part that it's quite sad. It's quite sad. So yes and no. You want them to fail, yes, but that wasn't really what I was touching base on, in all honesty. I'm getting the standard edition. I usually get the 100. Perfect way to stand on business. I'm leaning towards the Monday Night War edition because of the game share situation, and I was honestly heavily considering it even before I found out that it was even possible to still do the game share situation, because I was on the fence. And I still want to see what it has to offer at the end of the day, because they are still releasing more information all the time. Shut up, King Tell. Guys, King Tell in the chat, that's my boy Stunna. He's the one that I game share with, that I mention all the time. Just so y'all know. That's another close friend of mine. The game looks amazing. I saw the video fire. What up? Hello? What up? Found another clip. What is it? You're getting the 150 edition. They had me at the Thunder 98 Arena. That Thunder 98 Arena is going to be fun to play in, but I can't believe they didn't add anything else. Ain't no leaning, champ. It's Monday Night War edition for us. Nah, yeah, it is. Especially since we're not having to spend that out of pocket, fully out of pocket. That's the best part about it. All right, but hold on. We do have an article here. I just wanted to kind of read the chat and see what you guys were saying before I moved forward. I know you guys are really excited about this Ringside Report article that they put out, which I didn't even know. You're getting the 150 edition because I hate myself? Nah, stop. See, that's... Brian, you're part of the problem, Brian. And I'm talking to Mr. Wicked there in the chat. That's my boy. He's part of the problem. He's saying it's the same game, it's a fresh coat of paint, and this and that, and he's going to go buy the 150. No. Stand on business. Wait for a sale or only buy the 70. Stop it. Oh, yeah, Naomi looks amazing. Hey, Dev spoke to Brian. Yeah. Just Brian. I know. I got the notes from that interview, which I'm gonna get to here shortly. We got things to get to. This is the interview. These are the notes I took from that interview that we're gonna talk about. But I wanted to finish the gameplay ringside report first before I move forward. I really wanted to buy the Ultimate Edition, but I'm not really a WCW fan. Well, look, you got to consider this. It has multiple seasons in there. It has the WrestleMania pack, the WCW pack. You were saying, oh my God, this is the worst game in the world? Wait, what? Wait, what, Carter? What are you saying, Carducci? You said that out of context. How it goes at Lex, I'm still undecided on what version. Look, guys, if you're on the fence, from the bottom of my heart, genuinely speaking, wait for more information. Watch my videos, if you haven't already, where I break down the prices and the things that are included. I also talk about the Ringside Pass stuff too. And get informed. You were saying, oh my God, it's the worst game. Oh yeah, all right, so you're saying there's a clip. Oh, a clip of me saying that. It's on Discord. All right, let me see it. Let me see it. Here we go. Shucky ducky. Wait for more information to then really determine and make an educated decision. My blood boiling saying, oh, but you're taking this out of context. Hold on. He clipped something here. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull it up. My blood boiling saying, oh my God, this is the worst game ever. This is gonna be the most, oh my God, garbage game in the world. Like, my blood boiling saying, oh my God, this is the worst game ever. This is gonna be the most, oh my God, garbage game in the world. Like, my blood boiling saying, oh my God, this is the worst game ever. This is gonna be the most, oh my God, garbage game in the world. Like, my blood boiling. All right, enough. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Thank you for that. I like those clips, man. Whenever you guys got those clips, just let me know. Put it on Discord and I'll see it. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm talking about, the toxic stuff. You can't tell me it's the worst game ever and go off saying all these things, then come back in the next video and tell me, well, next I pre-ordered the $100 edition. What up, Bobcat? You know, like, and I already saw people saying that. Almighty was in here saying that he's loving the game right now. Dude, we don't even know we're still getting into the thick of it. We don't know all the details. We don't even have the game. We haven't even played it for ourselves, and it works both ways. It sounds promising. It looks pretty freaking good. We gotta wait it out a little bit more though. This is just like the first week of actual substance. Like, if you're already folding in the first week of the substance that they gave out, then they already have you in the palm of their hand. And you're just in denial and you're lying to yourself. And that's the part that I love dissecting the most, because so many people come in here clapping, you're this, you're that, no, oh my God, they released this, they're so toxic, they're giving us all these little things that I don't care about, I just want to create, I just want things unlocked. And then they're like, oh well, guess what, I pre-ordered the Monday Night War edition because they have me by the balls. I'm like, yo, relax. How the hell do you go from this, this game sucks, I want them to fail, to, well, there's no other wrestling game, so I might as well give them $150. Damn. I'm about to pull up like Ron Simmons and be like, Damn. You know? You don't understand. I got a family to feed. It's literally the best comments to read because you know that someone is like annoyed and really aggravated when they say some shit like that. Like, I got better things to do, but you go look at their playing time. They got 1,000,000 hours on the game. And I'm like, shit, I thought you had better things to do. You have 1,000,000 hours on this game, bro. Oh, shit. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. When that dude said on stream yesterday, I died. And it's everyone got shit going on though. So what are you saying? It's a lot of word salad. Don't buy it. Please. Voice your concerns, but don't buy it. Don't get swindled. All right. Enough of that. Ringside report gameplay updates. It's funny. Oh my goodness. I was right. I said this on Discord. I was right. This was supposed to be the Ringside report that was going to drop yesterday. This was the first one because look at what it says. It's time for the inaugural Ringside report video series. And they gave us the update yesterday for the pass. This was yesterday. That's funny. And the video that they uploaded on YouTube for the Ringside gameplay, it said number 1. I guess because it wasn't a video, but either way, 57 seconds. All right, let's read through this. Let's see. Does it go straight to the point? All right, yeah, it does go straight to the point. All right, so let's kind of skim over it. All right, so they're going to do a bunch of different Ringside reports, yada, yada, yada. All right, new match types. You already know what the new match types are, guys. We already saw that, but let me see if there's any additional stuff. Victory doesn't come from a pin or submission. It's about breaking your opponent's will. Player must wear down their opponent until they finally surrender with I quit. All right, cool. We already know that. All right, so let's see if there's any new information on Dumpster Match. The objective is simple, 1v1. All right, so we know there's no 2v2 there. Unfortunately, I thought we could do that, but 1v1 only. Throw your opponent into the dumpster and slam the lid shut. All right, we got it. Oh, look at Randall with the Fiend. Fiend! Fiend! If I hear that theme song again, man. Finally, we're taking Pyro to the next level. Are you really, 2K? Are you really? Because it looks a little 2D on the side. All right. Missed the days when Kane and Undertaker would set each other on fire. In one of these, the fire and spectacle is coming back in dramatic fashion with 2D... in 2k26. The Inferno match is a 1v1 match. All right, we already know that. Gameplay mechanics. All right, let's see if there's anything new here. Every year, we aim to introduce more realism from the action of WWE to players' hands. You guys have done that. We want more, okay? But you've done it. You've done it. I'll give you credit, but I'll take it away. It's like a backhanded compliment. You did it, but I want more. Introduces gameplay updates designed to movement, combat, momentum feel more organic. Yes, more organic. You know, we can all use a little more organic in our life. We're all buying all those little cheap meals at Walmart, and organic stuff is getting a little pricey out there. It's a regular occurrence in the WWE for superstars to fight around the ring and amongst the crowd this year. Invisible barriers. That wording right there, that is also what Cornell said in Just Brian's video. That wording right there is crucial to this. This year, invisible barriers and restrictive ledges have been reduced. So it's still not completely gone, but it's reduced to the point where that's where ragdoll physics come in, allowing superstars to interact more naturally with the environments and with props. I wish my soundboard command center was working, bro, because I would put, "This is awesome." Bumps and collisions will feel heavier this year, as well with few updates to combat physics. So they gave us a physics update as well within that. Superstars will more naturally fall off elevated surfaces and interact more realistically with uneven objects. We saw that in the gameplay reveal with the steel steps, the table. Yeah, there it is. You see? I want to see how it looks with the ladder, though. Keep your eyes peeled during championship matches as well. You'll notice the pedestal. Yes. 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 I love it. It doesn't stop at ringside either. Crowd combat has expanded to more match types with revamped action in the crowd to allow more freedom and more possibilities for mayhem. I hope that one day we're able to go up the steps a little bit, just a little bit 2K, just a little bit, go up the steps, give us a little animation to go like on a platform like how Damian Priest and Aleister Black did. That would be really nice. But then you have to like design a specific arena for that. And you know what? Actually, never mind. Scrap that. I'd rather them give us more brawling areas backstage so we could do some cool stuff back there better. You know, we already got a good ring surface level stuff. So. All right, so you could battle on top of the barricade using strikes and grapples. We saw that, which is probably going to be limited, but you know, I'm glad that it's there. Reversal revamps are also getting an update. Cornell did mention that they rebalanced it, so it says that it'll rebalance the flow of offense and defense, particularly at higher skill levels. Whew. Man, I know there were some matches I did in LWF that I was going up against some Fulios out there that they were just reversing everything. You guys know who you are. I mean, even if you didn't fight me, but I was there as a special guest referee, some of you guys just reverse everything. My goodness, Carter. I mean, you know, you guys are just really good. You sweaty, you know, armpit dwellers. New usable objects. Ooh, all right. The shopping cart. You know, I don't want to encourage them, but they gave us the shopping cart. I don't care if they give us anything else this year. The shopping cart is a little shucky ducky quack quack for me, man. Fully interactive weapon in brawl environments, opening the door to an entirely new form of punishment. You could be dragged into the cart, whipped into it, struck with the weapon, trapped inside, pushed around. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. Hardcore fans will also appreciate the addition of thumbtacks. Oh, you already know I'm loving it. I feel like I'm doing a commercial for what is it? McDonald's. Is that what it is? I'm loving it. Who does that? We're brainwashed with all the marketing. I don't know. Somebody does that. I forgot who does that now. Allowing players to pour them into the mat, inflict excruciating damage with every slam and fall. Players can now also choose to keep the thumbtacks in the bag. Ooh, so you could use the bag as a weapon. Tables can now be stacked as well. Thank you. Finally. Hello. Letting players pile 2 tables on top of each other before driving an opponent through both for devastating damage. I want to see how much damage it does. You'll notice that characters will now react to slams or collisions with tables, ladders, chairs, and steel steps. So yes, ladders are part of the equation. Start of the match. Start of the match. Start of the match. Start of the match actions. Matches in WWE are about more than just what happens during the fight. Yes, correct. The action at the start of the match is everything. We went over this. Is there anything different that we don't already know? All right, we play to the crowd, offer a handshake, engage in chain wrestling, trade blows, launch a surprise attack. Amazing. AI settings and customization. So they're working on the AI behavior, which received a major upgrade, giving players more control over how superstars perform in the ring. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So now you could do the AI sequence. That's what we went over, and that they're doing it in the creative moveset department. So we already saw that. New commentary team and presentation. All right, so is there any additional info here? So they did confirm Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, Booker T, and Wade Barrett. So we have a lot of personality for sure. So can we this iteration introduces all right, so it's just gonna to add more personnel. All right, we recently had Booker T and Wade Barrett in the studio, and they put in some serious voice work. No bread, no water, just meat line when you jump into the game. On top of commentary, presentation improvements, elevate, feel closer to WWE live broadcast. Yes. So it says includes improved depth of field, reduced dead zones, and enhanced camera shakes. Visual effects also have been upgraded. All right, so yes. So we got some presentation improvements that we really needed. Entrances also become more interactive. We know that with the different buttons that we can press now to do other stuff. And that is all for this. Oh, by the way, if you sign up, you get a free pack for my faction to the newsletter. Sign up to the newsletter on their page. All right, some cool screenshots that I hadn't even seen, like this one. I like this one in particular. I like seeing that. Some of the other ones were already shown in the gameplay video. But yeah, man, this is a good year to get back into the game. If you guys have been skipping out, this is a very good time to get back in the game. Good article, kind of doubled down on everything we had seen. We got 119 likes, man, and 147 people in the building. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I did hear about the Booker T confirmation. He did it. He said it in his podcast. There's a new out of context clip on your Discord. You're welcome. All right, I gotta see it. Lex, when the game comes out, will you be hosting like elimination chamber matches with fans? Well, yeah, I'm gonna be doing the LWF stuff as well. With them swearing, aka crowd, might be an issue with YouTube. Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What up, Jace? Bro, I got kids and dog, and my dog has kids. What up, Adam? They pulled you back in? Oh my goodness. 196 hours? That's a lot. Lex, do you think this game is going to be close to SmackDown versus Raw type of game? Keep running it up. Let him know, Jay. All right, guys. So I have seen those conversations and those comparisons. Valid. I want to validate that sentiment. But how do I say this? While they do have people that worked on those games and contributed to those games on this team, and at this point, they're veterans of the game, if you directly tie it down to a previous title, SmackDown versus Raw, WWE 2k14, that is nostalgic. That is part of your maybe childhood or just a fond memory and a fond experience overall. And directly doing side by sides may diminish or, I guess set a standard for what you wanted it to be because of that versus giving it a chance for what it is. Now, that doesn't mean that you want to accept garbage from 2K or you want to accept the past because 2K didn't do it as good or whatever the reasoning is. But comparing it in certain instances, by all means, sure. Calling it a revamped version of sorts, but don't set like these expectations until you try the game out because we're just reading. We're not playing the game. And we're still seeing videos and screenshots. The game is going to look better in person, on your console, on your TV, for yourself. Think about it. You know how many people play on PS4 and Xbox One that are now going to buy a console just to play these games on the current gen? Like, they're going to get a brand new experience, overhaul, because just like the transitional footage is going to be 60 frames, it's going to be sharper, there's going to be more detail. Sorry guys, I was on my phone looking at my notes because we got to get into that part of the stream. How much time have we been on here already? We've been on here for almost 2 hours and we haven't even got into the interview yet. So like those expectations that you got to set it. Man, I got a wife with a girlfriend on the side. Imagine. Exactly. So, again, Just Brian did an interview with Cornell. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Can't stress enough how cool it is to see him get to talk to one of the developers about the game and to get actual like insight and info for us to discuss. So one of the first things that I want to talk about in order of how the interview went, XP for Ringside Pass is still being tweaked. Cornell said very honestly that they're still working on how the XP is going to work in terms of like, your wins, match types, game modes, and how they approach the XP grind as a whole. Like they're looking at feedback too. That is something that he stressed out through the entire interview. He said that they do pay attention to the feedback and that they don't take it as a negative. I don't know if you were here earlier when I mentioned that, but it's cool and refreshing to see them say that, or him say that about the team, because it means that they're taking this as serious as you would hope that they would take this. Now, I know that they could say things just to win us over and be on our good side, but these people are not actors. They're developers, they're fans, they're gamers. They want to contribute to something positive within the industry. They want to have fun, and they want us to have fun too, which is important. So at the end of the day, let's just see what that XP looks like. So he said it's gonna be about 120 rewards per season. That each season is going to have that. More post-launch content than ever. All right, so we could skip over the 120 rewards because we really don't know what the rewards are going to be. There's going to be banners, there's going to be taunts, there's going to be a bunch of filler stuff within that, double XP, just stuff that that we're not going to really go too crazy for. But they did tease already that we're going to have new create a superstar parts. We're going to have I don't know about weapons, or maybe weapons, but they more so like move sets. The legends are usually unlockable by the store. Will be in season 1. Yeah, that kind of sucks because you'll have to wait a little bit to play with some of the cool people, but I don't think it's going to take too long. But yeah, we are getting new moves within the pass as well, Gato. 60 wrestlers that we had last year. What do you mean? So yeah, 120 rewards. We don't know. I'll skip that to go into the most post-launch content ever. So we're getting more characters overall, like including personas, DLC, base game, and then you're looking at also new arenas and them just finding new rewards that are worth rewarding people with. I was happy to see that because that ties into what I've been concerned about all along. So this interview actually answered some of my questions without really having to wait too long. I don't know if you guys remembered, but I've been saying this plenty. It's one thing to recycle and lock things in a malicious way, and it's another thing to add new items, fresh content that will actually keep you wanting to come back to earn these things. Yeah, we got to see what the percentage is recycled. Exactly. I'm sure there's going to be a good chunk, especially in season 1, because like Angry said, the legends are locked as is, which they've always been, but we've always had the accelerator. If you get the special edition, it'll come in the season pass. So strap match is probably never happening. Well, it's not coming right now. It's not coming right now, or anytime soon. I don't know if that's a priority. Ringside Pass is meant to reward players and not force them to play something specific to earn rewards. That was a key thing for me. The fact that there's no rush, right? We don't have to, oh, season 2 is coming out. Season 1 is going to end. We're going to miss out on getting, this arena. No. Season 2 could come out. You could get your DLC characters, grind that real quick, and then you could go back to season 1 if you haven't grinded that much and finished it out. So there's no fear of missing out. Exactly, leader. That is very important. Very important. Ringside Pass is something that I got my eyes on. It'll make or break the community's reaction in year 1. If the rewards are recycled, if they're fresh, it'll make the community feel excited for more. 720 rewards. That's what it seems like it'll be from the, yeah, I saw that Carducci added it up. That's a lot. That's a lot, even if it's stuff that was locked in previous years with the legend stuff. More ways to reward players in a progression system is fine by me. I do think, though, that they need to figure out how to add cross progression and crossplay. Let's not sugarcoat that, all right? 2K, if you're listening, if anyone cares out there, 2026, my friends, we gotta have cross progress. There's people like myself that might like playing on PS5 Pro, but also having it on the Switch or maybe getting it on the computer or whatever the case may be for certain gamers out there. I don't want to grind the past multiple times. I'm definitely not going to for the most part, but it's really crippling to see that there's no cross progression or cross play supported because it alienates the community. You're already alienating community creations with PC not being able to edit superstars for the console gamers, and this is just another layer of alienating the fans. I don't want that to be a thing. I want to be able to interact with people in the island from all consoles, all platforms at the same time. Please look into that. Add that. I know you guys can do it. You already do it with community creations. How the hell are people on Xbox and PlayStation sharing created characters? Figure out the gameplay part, man. Personas in the Ringside Pass will be exclusive to the pass and won't just be from my faction. Meaning, we're not going to get the same personas from the live events. We're not going to get the same personas that you get in My Rise. The Ringside Pass will have its own dedicated reward persona system in terms of like the personas that they release on there are going to be earnable within there. So that was cool. That means that we should be getting a lot of new personas. Fingers crossed. They see the feedback. This was a big talking point. They see the feedback, good or bad, and they're always trying to work towards giving fans what they want. Meaning, they heard the cries, the complaints, the rage, more importantly, the constructive criticism about Kane 98. They're very well aware, and they are working on making the game as updated as it can be for launch. He hinted at Kane being worked on. He hinted at the fire improving for Inferno. But more than anything, he really said that what you see now in the videos across the board are going to be, a little different when the game launches because they are actively still working on the game and patching the visuals and the XP, like I mentioned earlier. So they're still fixing stuff up. Reversal mechanics got tweaked based on feedback. He said that people were complaining about the feedback. The reversal system. So yeah, they ended up going in and rebalancing that out, which they also shared that in the gameplay from today. John Cena's definitely in the game. Yes, for sure, Mega. Another thing, I mentioned this earlier, but we have to mention it again because it is from that interview. Submissions, casket, ambulance will feature the same gameplay mechanics. If you were disappointed with those mechanics last year, it's been confirmed that they didn't have time to get to those specific gameplay mechanics because they added so many new different gameplay mechanics that they had to structure for this year's launch. And that's what they've been trying to get to work perfect because, to be honest, the submission system is a little broken in terms of damage and how abusive it is for players to take advantage of that. And the casket match and ambulance match is a little annoying with the way that the minigame is, but they all work and they're all serviceable. It just gets repetitive and annoying. 3 Stages of Hell has no loading screens. Next match type just seamlessly starts. Great reveal. Great confirmation. Grappling didn't change by adding quick grapples. So Just Brian asked him if there's going to be quick grapples this year. And he said, well, while we don't have the quick grapples, they did add driving opponents within the grapple. They also added positional changes within the grapple. So the grappling system did get worked on and did get tweaked to a degree, but it might not be what you fully intended for them to fix or change or please you with. But they did add different grapple animations. Creation Suite got an update. They're very happy with the way it's turning out. For those that were asking or wondering, body morphing is coming to 2k26. There is 100% no doubt that body morphing is making its return to the franchise, and they're also doing the two-tone hair creations. You could change the hair around and customize it more than ever. And there's also things that he hasn't revealed because they're going to reveal it at a later date. but the community creations did get, well, the creation suite in general did get some tweaks and additions. Now, for me, as a fan of Create an Arena and not really a big fan of the created superstar stuff, I hope that creating an arena or even a backstage that I've referred to so many times gets added or upgraded, because we don't have the backstage areas in terms of the creations, and we don't have that many new things that I really wanted them to add to the created arena content. So I hope they give us some created arena stuff, like more things to play around with, the Tron, the stages, the rings, the crowd sections where maybe you want to add some other stuff, and I hope that it's more customizable. What up, Just Brian? How's it going, bro? I'm actually talking about your interview right now and going through the notes that I wrote down while I was listening and watching your video, which was awesome, man. You asked him some really good questions, but I wish I knew you were interviewing him, bro, so I could have told you to ask him about Create an Arena or create a backstage or something like that, bro. So yeah, the creation suite got updated, and then a big thing that Brian did ask him, which you see him in the chat, click on his username, check him out. I'm sure you guys have seen him on your feed. This guy killing it, awesome content creator, and we're literally talking about his interview right here. So enough said. Graphics is always something that they try to expand. It's always something that they're working on. Oh, that was on the list. He told me he didn't want to spoil it. I was trying to get you something. All right. So I did see him say that he didn't want to spoil the creation suite, that he was going to wait. And I had just mentioned that before he came in. So I'm glad that that's what he was maybe hinting towards. Maybe, hopefully. But yeah, the graphics is something that they're always working on and always changing. And that just confirms what I've been talking about, guys. Let me make this a little clearer so you can see my facial expression. I've always told you guys, if you look at the game side by side, you'll spot different details. It depends what console you're on. It depends what settings you have on your computer, your monitor. There's so many variants that go into play. Even with my 4K Blu-ray movie collection, on my TV, I could be watching it on my OLED, and then someone have an LED regular TV, and they may not see the same, darkness and in the changes with the HDR and all that. It's the same with gaming and the details that they work on. He specifically said that every single year from 22 till now, they've enhanced, so many different things that people may not appreciate or notice because they do go unnoticed. But, they have worked on the lighting, the textures, color grading, and additional detail on the skin. Ever since they've been doing these games, they've really focused on graphics. And, I'm a big graphics guy. In a screenshot, yes, some things go unnoticed. I've mentioned that plenty, and I've also complained about that. But you can go ahead and solve that instantly by making the atmosphere better, which I hope they do next year. He did also admit, listen, this is the first year that they're on current gen only, meaning they were able to focus on just the current gen port without wasting any time or resources on trying to get the game to fit on last gen, which was holding back the series. So he said, yes, you can expect more changes for the graphics. They just couldn't work on everything and change everything because they have other things that they had to prioritize this year, which you guys already seen. The gameplay has been a big part of that. We saw it in that gameplay reveal today. Before he closed out the interview, he mentioned that they're really happy and excited with how the ragdoll physics turned out. Like the physics in the game with the weapons and the way the characters react. It's just something that they've been really trying to figure out to remove boundaries that the game previously had. Now you're going to start to see that a little bit more, and you could only hope that they blow it up and go crazy in the future with even more, with even more boundaries removed. So that was really cool. Let's see. One thing that he did close out the interview with, because, Brian gave him the stage to basically share something that he was, excited to share. And Cornell specifically talked about, not just the physics, but he also touched base on the Ringside Pass and the updates that will come because of the Ringside Pass. He said that right now, he understands people are, feeling how they want to feel, and it's okay. It's new. It's crazy to think that they're changing that up. But he says that he's pretty confident that, people are going to get surprised and people are going to really enjoy this new progression system. And I'm one of those people that is pretty open to this idea, beyond the fact that I don't want to see recycled content, which I can't stress enough. But I'm one of those people that I want to see them expand the way that you earn content, because I've wanted to level up different multiple island characters without having to play the island story multiple times. Or I want to maybe open up a pack or get a superstar from the market, and I don't play my faction as much. Now I have this freedom to be able to play, any mode. And it's crazy because I've been seeing the videos that I've been editing and putting out and hearing myself talk even right now on stream. It's almost like I'm selling myself on this year's game above all, because I'm really enjoying the stuff that they've put out so far. It's still very early. We still got to play it, but man, I can't help but feel excited for not 2K27, like for one of the first, or because with 22 I didn't really feel that way. Actually, 22 I didn't feel that way because it was they took a year and a half off or whatever, and we waited, and we finally got it. But when 2K22 came out, we're like, oh, next year. 23 came out, oh, next year. 24 came out, oh, next year. 25 came out, oh, next year. I feel like this year, I haven't really felt that next year syndrome. I haven't really had that bug where I've said, oh, they'll get it in next year. Yeah, we said it about Story Designer. It's clearly not in the game this year. And, I did mention it for some of the gameplay changes I'd like to see for the casket match submission system. We've mentioned it. It's not that we haven't mentioned it, but I feel like it's been reduced, heavily reduced in comparison to what I remember from previous years after playing the game. Of course, we still got to play the game. What up, T Beast? What's going on? A reason to play, exactly. The driving point here is a reason to play. Iron Survivor. Yeah, we got to get Iron Survivor in there, and they're going to give us more match types next year. That's something that really makes me excited as well, because they haven't really removed one thing to get in another. We will feel next year syndrome when DLC previews hit. Even if I feel more of the next year stuff when the DLC hits, I still feel like within the first week of information, I don't feel that as heavy as I once did for the franchise. They're minimizing it. Last year, I felt it less than the year before, but it was still pretty high up. This year, if I'm thinking my grading scale, that next year, it's one of those things where I am not as focused on it, if that makes any sense. So in conclusion, guys, we're going to keep doing these ringside reports as they reveal them. You can expect videos and streams like the one we did today and yesterday, and I'm going to dissect this as deep as I can to figure out what this truly means for the franchise and for this year that we can expect from 2K26. Can you speculate who's in the DLC this year? I honestly can't. I struggle coming up with characters, especially not knowing who's already in the game. I struggle because the Attitude Era edition I thought would bring a character that's not in the game, let's say maybe a Gangrel, or they would have maybe added just anyone from the Attitude Era that's not there. Al Snow. I thought the WCW Monday Night Wars would bring someone that's not in the game, and yeah, they disappointed with those packs because they gave us just basically persona cards, if you will. Like they gave us alternate gimmicks for characters that are already there. But that's not the selling point for me personally. For me, when I look at the scale of what they're offering for $150, that's the price point you start off at. I did this math in my video, but $60 is the entire season pass bundled up, right? $10 per season. That's the actual price, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're going to have to pay for the season pass. Let me pull it up here so you guys could see it. They put it on the Nintendo eShop. And I have it here so you guys can see it for yourself. So $10 per season, right? Joe Hendry pack is $10. WrestleMania pack is $10. The My Rise boost is $10. The Monday Night War pack, just the pack, is $15. The Attitude Era pack, just the pack, is $20. $10 for the King of Kings edition. Just the pack, that is. You know, those things all separate. You know, you buy that. It ends up being like $195, $200, and some places you get taxed and all that. It's just a lot of money. And if you really want to play all the seasons, you're going to basically spend $60 off rip just on that alone. That's the reality. Then you buy the game at $70. That's $130 you're spending. So even if you don't want to buy season 5 and 6, then go ahead and buy at least buy the $130 Attitude Era version, because that version is going to make you feel a little better than SpongeBob that you see on your screen. If you use tier skips, you guys want to talk about tier skips? You guys want to talk about tier skips? Let's talk about tier skips. So we're done with the Ringside report for the gameplay. We could talk about the tier skips and a little bit of the Ringside pass. I just wanted to really make sure that we touched everything that they gave us today. But let's where's the controller? We'll talk about the tier skips. I don't think it's going to cost as much as NBA 2K, but I'm going to see what the tier skips cost. I will say, guys, I don't recommend the tier skips. I don't want you guys to unlock automatically the Bozo Championship. That is a championship that I do not recommend you unlock. I'm sorry. I don't want you guys to get the Bozo Championship and end up with SpongeBob at your doorstep, because that's not a good look. If there's any influence that I have over anybody on YouTube that watches my content, that is something that I will strictly, honestly, put up a huge warning sign. You don't want to spend money on tier skips. You're planning on buying everything. If you're planning on buying everything, then it's $150 for you, my friend. Save up, man. There's a lot of time between. Well, not really. There's barely a month between now and March, early March when it launches. But just wait it out. Wait it out. $60 on NBA. Yeah, it's like I said, it was like $60 to $80, but I wanna be literal here and show you guys. So I loaded up NBA 2K. NBA 2K, you know, they're promoting packs and all this garbage. You know, I don't buy packs. Look at how much MT I have in the top corner. I have 1.1 million. I've earned well over like 2 million. I've spent and lost out because they literally have taxes when you sell your cards. Like, you know, cards out of your collection that you buy or not buy with money, but buy in the auction house. When you sell it back, or if you pull a pack and you get a card and you sell it to someone, you're going to get taxed each time. But look at all these cards that I have, guys. Look at all these 99 overalls, even though some of them are duplicates. Look at all these 98 overalls, 96 overalls. This is my team with zero money spent. Now, I know that this is basketball and you guys could give a rat's ass about that. But look at the fact that, you know, I have so many different cards, pages worth of cards, and I didn't spend any money. This game is really rewarding. They have so many different methods and ways to play my team, which I wish my faction adapted to their setup. Unfortunately, my faction is just not there. Look at my my squad. Like, I know that people that spend money on this game will look at my squad and laugh and say, haha, that's a budget baller team. You're a scrub. You don't rip any packs, but I don't care about that. I don't care about ripping packs or putting money into this. I like playing games and having fun with what I can achieve within the mode. So where's the season? Here it is. Season. I'm already level 40, by the way. I've been level 40 for a little bit now. This is what the season looks like, okay? If you see the track up top says premium, the track on the bottom says season 4. They do these kind of bundles to get you to spend more money. I don't spend more money more than the $10. I skipped out season 3. I bought season 1, season 2, and season 4 with a discount. But yeah, that squad is cheeks because you spend like what, $1,000 on your my team and shit, but it ain't cheeks when you play All-Star Team Up, man. We play All-Star Team Up and we pull nasty wins. I'll ball your ass up. Don't even act. You told me you don't even play NBA 2K. So if you have a better team than that, it's because you spend money, my boy. I ain't spending a dime. They ain't getting that money off of me. But either way, point is, when you look at the tracks here and the grind, you know, you get some animations, you get some shirts, you get some banners, you get double XP coins. Yeah, I'm cheeks. You're right. I suck. But you get all these goodies that at the end of the day, bro, you know, it's gonna work across multiple modes in WWE, unlike NBA. In NBA, they force you to play this just in my team. Bro, you were hooping with CP3. That was like season 1 after like the first week when I was struggling to, you know, progress through the damn season. I haven't played with you since, bro. I have a PS5, I have an Xbox, I have a Switch 2, I have a PC, I have a PS3, I have a PS2, I have a Wii U, I have a Wii. I got a Wii. I'm just kidding. That was inappropriate, but I got a Nintendo 64. I got a Dreamcast. Nah, don't mind me. I just don't spend money on digital garbage, bro. That's just how I am. It's not that I'm rich. My collection and the things that I've acquired through time has been because I find deals and steal deals overall. And I don't buy into this new modern gaming that you guys love to like rip all these packs and spend all this shit. I ain't giving them a dime of the extra money, man. I got the P5 Pro, I got the P5, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like at the end of the day, you get to get these rewards by just playing the game. And if on NBA 2K, I'm able to do that with just 2 molds worth of grinding, I'm sure with WWE, it'll be much simpler and much easier overall on the gamers. Like I said, that yard sale gonna be fire. Hey, man, I hope I don't have to ever get to that point because that'll be dangerous. I'll be in a dangerous territory, but if I do sell some stuff, which I have sold some stuff, it'll be for profit. I'll tell you that much. Everything that I've purchased have been below market value, which I've already done, actually. I actually got a Nintendo Switch for Erica when it launched. Like, we were able to get one initially, but I got a Nintendo Switch for myself for $250 just by selling some of the stuff that we bought at the thrift stores. That's really where I get the stuff at such a great price. And OfferUp, too. I do find people on OfferUp sometimes giving some outrageous deals that I don't even know what the motive is there. They're probably just trying to get rid of something because they don't appreciate what they have anymore. What happened? What happened, baby? Leave me alone.
No, I want to say hi to my people.
Erica wants to say hi, guys. Go, stick your head in the shot. Look, you have to lean in here.
Hi.
All right, get out. We're talking about 2K. Get out of here. Let the boys have fun. Get out of here. See, guys, I have a wife. I have cats. I have things to attend to off stream. I'm sorry. I don't have time to grind. I don't have time to play the game.
Look at everyone saying hi to me.
They are saying hi to you. No, don't say hi to her and encourage her.
Hi.
Because then we can't grind the new ring pass.
Hi.
We can't grind the new ringside pass, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo-hoo.
We can't get all the rewards that Cornell is talking about for the new game, and it's gonna ruin my life. I don't want to play WWE anymore. shit, bro. That is crazy, huh? I don't have time, Lex. I have to complete my homework from school. Pull that clip up again. I gotta show her the W clip farm. I have to clip farm, man. That's gonna be something that we're gonna be doing all season long, glazing on our way. Thank you for bringing me fresh water. How kind of her, bringing me fresh water, because I was running low on the last bottle. Lex, you have a wife. You can't grind the season pass. I feel bad for you. I know the DLC, man. The DLC is locked. I can't. All right, let me stop because it is locked, and it is a little annoying that they ended up locking it. But it's the first 20 tiers, man. Is it cold weather?
Water.
Cold water. Yeah, it's cold water. Look at it. It's probably gonna start dripping soon. It's a little hot in here with all the steam I'm blowing on here. I don't have time to grind. I gotta watch other people play and grind. How about that? We haven't even touched base on that, Jay. How about people saying something like that, but they watch other people play games? Oh my God, Jay, you just I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna buy every tier skip. You are that type of gamer. You see what I'm saying? That guys, that's just Brian for you. You want to get the Big Ballers Paradise experience. Just Brian's gonna rip them packs and he's gonna give them tier skips. He's going all out, and it's okay, bro. Me and just Brian chop it up and talk about about NBA 2K every so often, even though he doesn't want to play it anymore because he says the game sucks. I think that his approach is his approach and my approach is mine. You know, it is what it is. I'm still out here balling. He's cheating the system by putting in that cash flow, man. He got it like that, bro. He's the real big baller. Don't let him fool you. He's the real big baller. You were like that before? Nah, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm getting the game for free, splitted. It just, to me, I stand tall and proud. You could call it cheap, use whatever way to describe how I approach it, but these microtransactions, as far as I'll go, is buying maybe a couple season passes. Like Fortnite, for example, I've only ever purchased I think maybe 2 skins, 3 skins. Fortnite has been around since 2017. It's been around for a long time, and I've only really purchased the Undertaker and Cody Rhodes bundle. I bought that. I had to, especially doing WWE videos. I was like, I gotta do it. I bought John Cena, but I got everyone else gifted. Luckily, they were surprises that I got when I was playing Fortnite. So I haven't given Fortnite money. Call of Duty, they did take my money on the DLC passes and stuff like that. And I know that what I like about Call of Duty's Battle Pass system is that you buy the Battle Pass once, and if you grind their Battle Pass, you could use what you earn within that Battle Pass to buy the next one. 2K got a little shady with it. 2K makes you buy their Battle Pass. Not makes you. They give you the option. 2K only gives you the option to buy it with money. So there's no VC incentive where you could save VC in the game and then buy. Look at what they did with Goldberg. I didn't buy Goldberg. I grinded and I played the game and I got the VC and I bought Goldberg within the playing time that I earned it. But yeah, I don't give them the microtransactions any life. GTA, I've played GTA what I consider a good amount of hours, and I've never bought in those, what is it called? No, V-Bucks is for Fortnite, but it's called that shark coin cards, or I don't know. All I know is that shark cards, they ain't getting no money on. If GTA comes out at $100, I'm cool with that. I think GTA will be probably one of the very few games that are justified at $100. But I don't even buy games day one like that, honestly. So the GTA 6 Battle Pass for cosmetics, I'll wipe my ass with that shit. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. You guys could have that. Have your fun. Buy those packs. Buy those things. That is you. That is how you enjoy gaming, and that is where gaming is at. I wouldn't pay 300 for GTA. No way, man. No way. Especially during that time when so many other games come out. I'm going to be playing so many games, man. I'm going to be playing Wolverine. I'm going to be playing Forza Horizon 6. I'll get GTA for about $100. I'll get GTA for about $100. So, you know, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with all this. Gameplay looks fire. Graphics look pretty damn good. Some character models need a little touch up. Ringside Pass, it depends how you approach it. You know, you could spend $1,000 on 2k26, or you could spend whatever the entry point is and never spend a dime again. Either way, to be honest with you guys, now that I think about it, I split NBA 2K with my boy Stunna. So I never paid full price for NBA off rip. I bought another game and he bought that game, and we kind of did like a trade like that since we share. So I ended up getting 2K for half. So what, $35? And then I've bought in 3 seasons. I've only given NBA 2K $65 out of my pocket. $65. They ain't getting $150 from me over there either. But I'll tell you what, that beautiful collection you see back there is getting the $150. So spend how you want to spend. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. That is what it's all about. Life is too short to be here waiting for next year, to be here waiting for someone else to make you happy over something that you could probably find your own happiness in your own way, somewhere else, doing whatever the hell you want. Okay? Thank you guys for subscribing. We went from 709 to 714. If there's anyone lurking that hasn't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Jump on the hype train. We have so many streams and videos coming to WWE 2k26. So much content planned. Hopefully we could get just Brian, you know, Mr. Hollywood back on here with a little collab. Been doing collabs with Kenny. Did a couple with Brian as well. So, you know, we got more of that on the way, hopefully. If he's available. You know, he's Mr. Hotshot right now, man. He's Mr. Triple H. But yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I think it's going to be fun. You don't have to be overly optimistic to realize that it looks like not only did they try to deliver something cool here, I think you guys are in for a treat. We all are. Quote of the night. What's the quote of the night? Carduki, hit me with the quote of the night. Do a game collection live stream. I'll do it one day. Brian said, have your people come my people. And you too, Jay. I've tried getting Jay. Jay is Mr. Hollywood for real. I tried getting Jay on our stream last time. I've hit him up on the side before. Jay is Mr. No Show. I'm too busy. I'm too cool for school. But you know what, Jay? I still love your content. I still recommend people go over there to go check your channel out. And you got some crazy ideas, my friend. I hope that one day, from my mouth to God's ears, 2K hires your ass so they get those creative inputs from you, because you are on a roll when it comes to those freaking creative breakdowns that you do, man. Even the gameplay breakdown that you did for their teaser sizzle reel, you were adding so much, context to it that I'm like, damn, if they were to listen to this guy. Don't judge a book by its cover. Exactly, Carduki. That is right. Don't judge a book by its cover. That is the truth. Hey, Lex, if you're going to sell your games, would you sell 12 and 13? Nah, man. I showed them on stream the other day and I put the pile back there. Right there, super blurry, that I'm pointing. You see my finger fading into the back? That's my stack right there of WWE games. It kind of goes all the way down, but it kind of gets blurred out because I got my whole PlayStation collection over there. You can see it actually pretty good. That whole unit right there is full of PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. And then over here we got the Nintendo Wii. That's the entire collection over there. Then we got the Wii, I point it out every once in a while. That's my retro corner over here. So we got a little retro corner. And then Erica's desk So beautiful in the back with some wicked posters and some cool designs. And I have like multiple chairs here and surround sound. And I got my OLED right here. We got a cool studio, man. We got a cool studio here. What console do I play on the most? PS5 Pro. Ever since the PS5 Pro came out, it changed. It changed me. I fell for the hype. Huge drops today. Stoked for the new info. Hell yes. Razer. No, Lex. You're a rock shill? I am. I am a Stone Cold Steve Austin shill. I am a Dwayne The Rock Johnson shill. Those two guys. Bro, isn't it? Let me. I don't know if I should talk about this, but I want to bring it up because I don't know if my boy Brian, not just Brian, but my boy Brian, my other boy Brian, I don't know if he's still here, but the other day I saw a clip that went viral on Twitter of Deborah. I don't know if you guys know who Deborah is. Former woman, female superstar. She was talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin and how during his peak he was on, some other shit, and they basically had some back and forths, and I didn't like what I heard, man. Stone Cold got into it with her. He got physical, and you guys could see the clip for yourself of her talking about it, but that was like revealing to me. I never knew that. She used to be married. Yeah, she had a short relationship with him. Or not a short relationship, short marriage. She was with him for a while, but I heard that and I'm like, yo, no one talks about this enough. We got Stone Cold allegations? I don't know, he never got like sentenced to anything, and it was all like between them, I guess. I know Stone Cold wouldn't be the first, but that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that I was shocked to hear that. When you idolize someone like that, that's why I was disappointed like when Hogan said the shit he said, and I was disappointed with Kurt Angle when he was going through his addiction and his fallout. Like everyone, especially wrestlers, they all have like some dark shit happening sometimes that you don't even know or realize, and then they reveal it and you're like, "Oh, damn. I didn't know that was, what happened." But when I heard about the Stone Cold Steve Austin stuff, I was just kind of like floored. Sometimes you just need to get a little nah, I'm that's funny the way I actually heard it in his voice, man. R.I.P. Sean Connery. It's a complicated situation. Life is complicated, but what I'm referring to, guys, is that as much as I love Stone Cold, it still added like a little asterisk. That's how you pronounce it, right? Asterisk. It still added like that, like kind of like Debbie Downer feel about him, because I'm like, damn, this guy through the peak of his prime, did some stupid shit, and I'm like, I know he's changed, and I know that he's married and he's living that farm life, and you know everyone talks so positive about him, but I just find it a little hypocritical that fans that love him and adore him like don't face the music, and they put that shit under the rug, or they're oblivious to it like I was. I was oblivious to it for a long time. When you hear just Deborah's side, I would not put too much stock into it. I get it, but everybody, see, that's disregarding her and her feelings and what she went through. She talked about how he, was drunk and he had that like that roid rage stuff, and it was a dark place, and he since then cleaned up his act and fixed whatever the problem was. But at the end of the day, man, now Cena makes them sign those things because what happened with his first wife, that he lost out on shit he worked so hard for. That was his excuse, at least. It was hard on him, and that's not what I'm really referring to at the end of the day. I'm just talking about how people took under the rug things for people that they love and blindly want to follow. Like they didn't give that same treatment to other superstars. You know, they haven't treated other superstars with that same level of, you know, benefit of the doubt. I mean, super crazy and different comparison, but look at the Enzo Amore situation. He lost his job at WWE and he never even got hired back, and he was innocent. It was like they showed videos and there was actual proof that he was innocent. There's no proof that Stone Cold did what she said, and there's no proof that he didn't. Like Enzo Amore actually had proof that he didn't do what the person said. Look up the Stephanie Vaquero and Alberto Del Rio story with Paige. It's nothing new. Well, I get that, dude, but you're missing the point here. Like, bro, WWE will never want to work with Del Rio, and people will crucify Del Rio for stuff that he did because there's like not just allegations, but there's proof of it, right? And I understand that, but this is a dark topic because I know that it ruins the specialty of characters that we love. But they're real human beings with real issues sometimes, and they make mistakes, and they learn from those mistakes, but it doesn't change the fact that they made that mistake initially to begin with. You see, Steve Austin was arrested in 2002 on charges of striking Deborah, and you see what I'm saying? Like, that is something that is, like, never talked about. Not by anyone. And I get it. People crash out, they live, and they learn. So that's not what I'm worried about or even considering or thinking twice, because I'm not perfect. I don't expect anyone to be. That's why when I see all those comments online of people acting like they're perfect, I'm like, bro, stop acting like your shit don't stink. Nobody's perfect. Stop acting like you're the judge, jury, and executioner. That ain't me. So I'm not doing that here. I'm just saying that if you're going to be like that for everyone else, you got to do it for Stone Cold. Stone Cold got a little asterisk by his overall stardom, and people don't want to admit it. I'll tell you what though, you'll never catch me on some shit like that. There is no way in hell I will ever put my hands on a woman. Never. So to tuck that under the rug goes to show that there's a lot of bias stuff happening. I mean, I have Stone Cold right here. He is my number one superhero wrestler of all time. I love the guy's character and performance. I will never dislike his work because he did something very special. And that doesn't mean that he didn't make mistakes outside of that. And, you know, hopefully they had an understanding and a forgiveness and a kumbaya. But I just thought that it was something worth bringing up because I was bringing up how I'm a shill for The Rock. And then I'm like, yeah, I am a shill for The Rock. And I am a shill for Stone Cold. And I'm kind of part of the, you know, that circle of fans that blindly loves these guys, I guess. That's why Stone Cold's gimmick was good. It was real. It was real. It was real. Remember last year, Demolition and Brian Pillman's family signed Legends contracts? Yeah, they could be in 2K26. That'll be cool. Do we see Sable in 26? I don't think so. Nash Carter did post a picture. Yes, I saw that. I saw that. You're a peep? Yeah, I love Christian Cage too. If you close your eyes and take you to the other side. And on that note, guys, we went into the dark side of the ring for no reason at all. I don't even know why. I guess because Phenomenal Ace brought it out of me by saying that I was a Dwayne The Rock Johnson shill. But it's all good, man. We're here to play 2K26 and have some fun. And I'm done repeating myself for tonight, guys. I love y'all. Have some fun watching the videos. I deserve one more match. They played that shit out. Watch some videos. Watch some wrestling. We'll be back with some more streams And we got another video dropping tomorrow. I think I'm going to be dropping tomorrow the collab with Kenny, actually. I'm hyped. We didn't talk about that too much. What up, Troysky? The Booker T commentary. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, Angry. New Spotify interview tomorrow? What do you mean, Carduki? I am too, Lex. Rock was my hero growing up. Hell yeah, bro. I always get asked all the time, who would you like to meet? Who would you like, who would you basically like kind of like feel like a little kid for, or be like starstruck and get all like giddy about? It's The Rock, Stone Cold. Like if they were there in one of those like meet and greets or something. I remember, I'll never forget when I met Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. It was for WrestleMania in Orlando in 2017. He was at the Fan Access convention thing, and I got in line to meet him. And I remember like telling Erica, my wife, I was like, I can't believe I'm about to meet this guy after all the videos I've seen, after all the times I've seen him on TV. Like he's one of my favorites, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm about to meet him. And I was actually really excited to meet him, and I talked to him a little bit. I didn't talk to him too much, but I was very like, you could tell that I was like, excited, because I was like, it's so awesome to finally meet you. I'm a big fan, and I'm sure everybody tells him the same shit. But Cornell's doing another interview tomorrow. Nice. In my defense, I was a kid watching Stone Cold. So you don't understand? Oh yeah, many don't. Many don't. Kurt Angle and Mick Foley for me. I got to meet both Kurt twice. I wanted to meet Kurt Angle too. He walked right in front of me when I was at that same Fan Access, but I didn't get to meet him. Lex is rooting for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and I'm here for it. I love Roman Reigns. That's one of the current stars that I really, really enjoy. Jeff Hardy's awesome. Jeff Hardy's awesome. Look, how many mistakes hasn't Jeff Hardy been grilled for? But he's admitted to them. He's paid his price and dues, and all we can do as people, guys, is try to be kind to each other, and just try to live as good as we can. I didn't grow up with Stone Cold, but his match with Kevin Owens had me happy. His match with Kevin Owens was worthwhile. Just found another interview. Nice. Let us know in Discord what you find out, so I could see what other little details have been put out. I remember watching Bound for Glory 2012. That's why Jeff Hardy got me into wrestling. Oh wow, that's cool. Us good people stick together and enjoy what makes you happy. That exactly. Amen to that, bro. That's exactly what I try to do. Before we leave, now I was thinking. You know what we haven't done in the last stream? We didn't do it. We got to do it now. What is one thing, or did we do it last stream? Either way, what is one thing that you really like from 2k26 that was announced today? Something that got announced today. And we got some real G's in here, and what I mean by that is Geezers. Geezers? I met Matt Hardy, Kurt Angle, Jerry Lawler. Damn, that's a good lineup. Hint, I'm one. I met Jeff Hardy when he was in TNA, including the Hulkster, Sting, Abyss, Mr. Kennedy. Wow. Reversal system, interactive entrances, less invisible walls, less restrictions, weapon physics for sure, control of pyro in the entrance, rivalry system, start of match actions, the new mechanic for I Quit, weapon physics. Wow, a lot of people put different things. I like that. I like the variety. Believe it or not, the commentary team, people don't realize how much life it's going to bring. You're right. That I was going to mention that, and then I got distracted. I can't wait. Like, I know I'm going to get it spoiled before now and then, but when I hear Shucky Ducky, and when I hear it's Trey, the draft and commentary. Well, draft wasn't announced today, but yes, commentary. I feel you on that. Booker T, Wade Barrett. Speaking of Wade Barrett, I met Wade Barrett. I met R-Truth. I met AJ Lee. I met Ted DiBiase Jr. I think, if I remember correctly, I met Rosa. Was her name? No, not Rosa. Rosa something. I met Daniel Bryan. I met Kane, Scott Hall. And then really up close that I could basically touch their back at the fan access. I saw Jinder Mahal, Kurt Angle, Christian, uh, Brodus Clay. There was so many wrestlers I saw like really up close. Kevin Nash I saw up close. No, not Thunder Rosa. It was 2012. No bread, no water, just me. It's big. It's true. Abyss base roster, yes. The less restricted barriers, which tells me a lot of things could not happen without leaving last gen. Hell yeah. Yep, can't forget about Wade Barrett on the commentary table. I need to know if show intros. Oh yeah, we don't know if that's back. Booker T Susline. Rosa Parks. Wait, Rosa Parks. What? Rosa Mendes? Is it Rosa Mendes? The only one I meant was Byron. You meant Byron? Oh yeah, I saw Booker T up close. I saw Jelly Roll up close because I was behind at the Royal Rumble, right behind the pre-show. Brodus Beefcake. Oh wow. With the scissors? Can't wait to see Booker T too. Pro Wrestling Shoe did confirm that Whoop That Trick crowd taunt won't be in the game. No! Damn. Let me see if it's Rosa Mendes. Hold on. Let's see. I'll tell you right now if I met her. Yes. I met her. And I remember, ever since then, I met LA Knight, I met Big E, I met Tyler Breeze, I saw Bailey, Chad Gable up close. That was at the Royal Rumble in 24. I remember that day when I met Rosa Mendes. I met her just because she was next to Ted DiBiase Jr. But I remember the feeling of like not caring that I met her because I didn't care for her. Which she's cool. Like I didn't have a real problem with her. I mean, she wasn't that good in the ring or anything, but like she didn't really like. I didn't really have any real interest to meet her. I had just gone to meet Ted DiBiase Jr. at the signing. He had done Legacy with Cody Rhodes, Randy. I liked him, so I wouldn't really meet someone that I don't really care for after that. After that encounter, I noticed that I'm like, I don't want to meet wrestlers just to meet them. Like if they're like in a different environment, I'm not talking about like I'm talking fan access, but like if we're like in a room and they're there and I'll be like, oh hey, nice to meet you, whatever. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem taking a picture with them even. Like I even took a picture with Tyler Breeze, and I'm not really the biggest fan of Tyler Breeze, but he's cool. He's all right. But that was because he was there at the store. Like I wouldn't make a line for like 1 hour at one of those venues or events if there's someone there that I don't really care about. That's what I'm talking about. That doesn't mean Booker T won't be hitting his chant. I can't wait, man. It's true. She was a manager for Unico and Epico. Yes, she mooned us on SmackDown. My brother met Joe Gacy. Oh wow. Randy Orton and Umaga up close. That's nice. Byron Saxton with a friend at a house show. Layla, I remember Layla. Booker did confirm that he recorded himself singing Joe. That's crazy because that's very recent. I like the I Quit weapon attacks. Hopefully we can get running weapon apron attacks. Yes, I would like that too. Elbow drops and stuff. Ethan Page, great guy. That's cool. You want to see him do the Stephanie Valkyrie Booker T? I met Heath Slater. What about Triple H? Nah, I didn't mean Triple H. I mean, I've seen Triple H up close, like when I've gone to the shows and I've like sat like ringside. Was Triple H when I went up? No, I was lower level, I think, when he came out. I don't think I was ringside. I was ringside for The Rock. I was ringside for so many others. But me and my friend take annual photos with referee Chad Patton because my friend's family's close with theirs. Oh, wow, that's cool. Senior official. He's good. He's a good ref. First match in 26 I'm doing with Stephanie and listening to a book. Yeah, we got to do that. I might get to meet Caitlyn in the summer. Caitlyn? Which Caitlyn? She's going to be at a Comic-Con? Caitlyn, the one that used to be in WWE that was strong. Unless the 2K creators are messing with shoot and it's in. I doubt it. They wouldn't play around with that. I met China, British Bulldog, and Owens in 97. Oh, wow. You were 3 and 4? Almost 4? I remember Billy Gunn accidentally got his pants pulled. He did. I remember that. Mr. Ass. Jeff Hardy had the best signature. He takes like 3 minutes to do it. I met Carlito and Big Show. Oh, I think I met Sin Cara and I think Great Khali. I might have that picture somewhere. I'm not sure. Don't forget to play the tutorial. I'm gonna definitely do the tutorial. Happy Thursday, man. It's gonna be, well, it's Friday. It's midnight already. My best friend's dad is best friends with Rhino. Oh, wow. They love boats. Rhino's a very nice guy. That's cool. 2012 is when I went, yeah. I was at the Fan Access. I went to WrestleMania in Miami. You met Heath Slater. Yeah, right, Byron. Byron lying. Guys, how fun was this stream, though, man? I had a lot of fun. We even got to 134 likes. I was even about to leave, like, maybe 20 minutes ago. We even got interrupted by Eric. It's been a very eventful stream. You met Buff Bagwell in 2001 after he failed his WWE. When I think of WWE in 2012, I think of MJ. Oh, yeah. I hear voices in the air. I hear them loud and clear, telling me to listen. Wow, my voice is pretty good. Despite being sick. Bro, I have drank so much water. I don't even know how I was able to pull that off. My throat, it's not as swollen, but it definitely feels swollen. It feels like I'm going to have to stay quiet for the next couple hours and take my ass to bed. I wonder if we're going to get a new reward just for the tutorial. Oh, for sure. WWE 12, I think of John Cena whooping Brock in his return match. Well, I think of Brock Lesnar coming back and destroying John Cena after WrestleMania. That's the one with Flo Rida? Wait, the one with Flo Rida is... You were a wild one. Wild Ones. I actually watched the promo for The Rock and John Cena the other day. I hadn't seen it since I went to the show. I had seen it recently, but I hadn't seen it in a long time. And before that, I hadn't seen it since I had gone to the show. So I was watching it, and I remember exactly where I was sitting, how I felt. It was cool. AJ Styles was in TNA tonight? I went to a lot of house shows, but the only PLE I ever went to is WrestleMania 34. Oh, man, come on. Once in a lifetime, but twice. I went back and watched the Mrs. Virginet. Oh, yeah, you're talking about You Can Hate Me Now. Oh, you don't know speculation? Because I hated the reward for 25's tutorial. Oh, yeah, it was for my faction. Del Rio was the original MJF and EC3. That's kind of true. Kind of true. So I think the next Ringside report will probably be next Wednesday. We'll have to wait and find out. But between now and then, I'm definitely still working on some videos that I've been editing and putting together to be able to talk about things kind of spread out that I'm looking forward to and that I found interesting. We got a lot of information today, so we'll be circling back real soon. Hopefully, I get to stream over the weekend. I know the Super Bowl's on Sunday, so if you guys are kind of lost in the sauce and you're watching the Super Bowl on Sunday, enjoy that. Keep in mind, we're doing a watch along for the Elimination Chamber at the end of the month. And we'll have some more content on the channel, so stick around, stay tuned. Now I'm out of here for real, man. That was a good ending right there to the stream. So I'll be like, if you close your eyes and take me to the other side. All right, that was cringe. I shouldn't have done that. Good night.